I'm Doug Brown with breaking news from the NBA. Kevin Durant of the Nets will be out at least through the All-Star break. He's missed the last 6 games with a sore left hamstring. The team is still confident he can come back at full strength. Raptors coach Nick Nurse and 5 assistant coaches won't be on the bench for tonight's Toronto game against the Rockets because of the league's health and safety protocols. ESPN's Adam Schefter believes it isn't a question of if Deshaun Watson will leave the Texans, but when?
Even if they don't get divorced now, it certainly seems that at some point in the future that they're headed that way. It may not be this offseason, it may be a year from now. But at some point it seems like these two sides are destined to go their own ways.
Adam Schefter on NFL Live. The Braves extend the contract of manager Brian Snitker through the 2023 season with a team option for 2024. The team has won the NL East the last 3 years. Soccer's Zlatan Ibrahimovic tells Discovery Plus in Sweden that he admires LeBron James, but that it's a mistake for athletes to get involved politically.
Have you been wronged by bad breakfast? Get the breakfast you deserve with Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4. Pick 2 sandwiches, like their honey butter chicken biscuit, classic sausage, egg and cheese, or classic bacon, egg and cheese. Only at participating Wendy's for a limited time. Single item at regular price.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
Let's ride.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
The Brain.
Hey, the brain got a poop.
And Mr. Toby Tomplay. Told you he was there. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Theriot, an hour from right now, we're going to head up to Northwest Arkansas in about 15 minutes. LSU and Arkansas. Our buddy John Nabors is going to join us from up there. I'm excited to preview this game. This is an Arkansas basketball team that has been scorching hot. The last time they played LSU in mid-January, they lost by 16. Their next time out, they played Alabama and lost by 31. They haven't lost an SEC game since. Arkansas has run off 8 straight SEC wins. Their only loss was a 4-point road loss at Oklahoma State in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. This is a basketball team playing as well as anybody in the conference. Might not say as well anybody in the country, but when you won 8 straight conference games, you're in fuego. And LSU's got their hands full, but they got a great opportunity. Will Wade actually met with the media today. And one of the things that was sort of palpable was Will Wade's feeling. We had some fun yesterday. Wade on his coach's show Wednesday night joked back and forth with Chris Blair. Chris Blair was reading the score of the baseball game coming out of break and talked about ULL, LSU playing ULL. And Wade kind of pops up from his phone. He's like, my favorite school. Of course, referring to the fact that he and Bob Marlin had their very public spat back in Wade's first season when they went to the NIT. And anyway, it was just very loose. Well, Will Wade met with the media today and was kind of asked that, like, how do you get your team back? How do you regroup after having such a disappointing loss at Georgia and knowing what's ahead? And not so much what he says, but kind of the manner in which he's saying it.
It's been mixed. Listen, this is going to be a very, very challenging end to the season. And so, certainly there's some things I was not happy about with our energy, effort, enthusiasm, our spirit, that sort of thing. So those things need to be addressed. But we've also, we're coming down the home stretch. We're positioned to finish strong. We've got to try to get one of these double byes in the tournament. That's goal number 1. Which we're going to need to win 2 out of these last 3 to do that. with 2 of the 3 being on the road. And so, we've got a tough road. We've got a tough road ahead of us there. But we've also, we've got to keep our guys fresh. We've got to keep our guys excited to play. That's a part of it too. This has been a grueling season, and it's.
So you can hear him say, we got to keep our guys loose. We got to keep our guys fresh. And I think in many instances, teams take on the personality of their head coach. And I think what's pretty clear is instead of riding his guys and chewing them out and chewing them up, spitting them out like he's known to do at times. He did it in the postgame. I'm embarrassed. It's the worst we've played all season. It was an embarrassing performance. So what he said postgame after Georgia. Okay, you spoke your piece. Now get him back up to go play again. Like he continued on this vein.
When we leave for the SEC tournament, we're not coming back to Baton Rouge till our season's over. Like we're going straight from there to whatever, NCAA, NIT, wherever we are. Like we're staying in Nashville and going straight there. That's what they've asked us to do. So we've got to keep, as I work for a guy, Oliver Purnell, we got to keep the happiness quotient high too. I know that sounds just lovey-dovey and anti, but it's the truth. This has been a grueling year, and we've got to make sure we strike the right balance between, hey, look, this stuff is unacceptable. This isn't to our standard. This is poor habits. This is not what we're about. But we've also got to keep it light and keep it fun to where everybody wants to show up to the gym every day and get back and get going.
Happiness quotient. We got to keep it fun. We got to let them know this is unacceptable. We got to keep it fun, keep it light, like guys want to show up. It's very clear that's where he is this week, where Will Wade is. And I think also that's why throughout the course of this season, when there have been lulls, he's managed to pick the team up to play very well against the better teams on the schedule. They played an exceptional basketball game for 39 minutes against Texas Tech. They blew the doors off of a very good Tennessee team in Baton Rouge. You save the games against Alabama where you're just outmatched against a better team. LSU's played well in these spots. We'll see if they can do it tomorrow. All right, it's after further review. It's a busy weekend. Of course, you'll have LSU basketball tomorrow. LSU baseball also starts tonight against Youngstown State. Doubleheader tomorrow. Youngstown State at 2 o'clock, then Nicholls State at 6:30. So it is a full slate here locally. And, of course, the biggest story that we're following and continuing to follow is this ongoing, I don't want to call it a Russell Wilson saga, but certainly it's something that everybody who follows the New Orleans Saints, it really follows the NFL, it is the story that everyone's talking about right now is Russell Wilson and what's going to happen with Russell Wilson, and if in fact he's going to stay in Seattle or if there is a means to pry him free from Seattle. We went deep dive into this conversation yesterday with Mike Detillier, and the thing that I keep coming back to is, and some of you have pushed back a little bit on me with this, is this idea that you'd give up anything for Russell Wilson. And some have asked, Matt, what would you give up? Who would you rather, Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson? And the answer is Deshaun Watson, because Watson is 10 years younger, or 7 years younger than Russell Wilson. You're getting an elite quarterback in his physical prime that you may have for another 10, 12 years. Wilson, you may have for another 4 or 5 years at an elite level, or maybe longer, considering how elite quarterbacks are playing deeper into their career right now, into their 40s. But I'd bank on Russell Wilson being elite for another half decade. I'd take either of them, but realistically, Deshaun Watson's not possible because the Texans don't seem to want to entertain any trade. And if they do, it's not going to be from a team that's got the 28th pick. They're going to want a franchise quarterback in return, and the Saints can't offer that quarterback or a pick that would allow Houston to draft that quarterback. So that's not really an option. Russell Wilson, having the Saints on his list of 4 teams becomes a very realistic option. And the question is what you'd be willing to give up. And I'll continue to say I'll give up anything for him. I would give up any player. The one sort of sticking point yesterday that gave me pause was when Mike Detillier was with us and said, look, Seattle would probably want players because they've not been very good drafting, and they'd probably start on the offensive line. And it makes sense that they wouldn't be interested in Michael Thomas because they got 2 exceptional receivers with Lockett and Metcalf right now. And maybe they wouldn't be interested in a player like Alvin Kamara if Pete Carroll wants a bigger, more physical back. Okay. Look on the line. And Mike's point was I'd offer him any lineman not named Ramczyk. I would even offer Ryan Ramczyk. Because while he's an all-pro right guard, and you would love for him to spend the next decade in New Orleans, I can find another right guard that can be serviceable. I'm not saying it's going to be Ryan Ramczyk, but a guy that I know can be a serviceable spot when I've got my elite quarterback, especially one as mobile as Russell Wilson, and especially as multiple and diverse as Sean Payton is offensively, that might be able to take some of the pressure off of the offensive line. With Drew Brees, it was, hey, let's get rid of the ball quickly. Go through your reads, get rid of the ball quickly. With Russell Wilson, it's move the pocket, it's extend plays. It's things that he can do exceptionally well. So, I mean, there is no player on any roster that is as valuable as a franchise quarterback. And if what it would take, and to get something of value, you have to give something of value. That's just the nature of trades. If you want something that's really good, you have to give up something to get it. So, there's nothing on the Saints roster that I would say I would rather have that piece than Russell Wilson. I mean, if you took it from like bare bones and you stood every player on the wall and said, all right, pick Saints 53-man roster and you add Russell Wilson, who would you take first? It's an easy choice. You're taking Russell Wilson. I'd give them any player they want in a heartbeat. Hopefully we have some movement on that. Don't know how long that'll take, what kind of timeline that may be, but you would think heading into free agency, certainly Seattle would like to know what it may be. All right, it's after further review. Glad to have you with us here. Brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Theriot coming up next hour. We will recap the opening week of the LSU baseball season. We will look ahead to the weekend coming up out at Alec Box Stadium. A lot to get into with Theriot, his letter, Kick Rocks, Ask Ryan, all that stuff. Let me knock out a quick break. When we come back, we'll go deep dive into the Arkansas Razorbacks. How have they put it all together the way they have over the last month? We'll ask John Nabors, our good buddy who hosts radio up there in Northwest Arkansas. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Spell it out, 1hourbr.com. Two things that I always tell you about with River City's 1 Hour Air. They save you time and they save you money. So if they schedule a time to be at your house, if they're 1 minute late, you don't come out of pocket 1 cent. That's what they mean by we're always on time or you don't pay a dime. I had technician Dustin out at my house on Thursday to do our heater safety check like I always tell you about. And I got it was supposed to be there at 9 a.m. I got the text at 8:30, the call actually. Matt, we have a technician ready to come your way. Are you ready? Ready. Got a text and an email subsequently. Dustin was there 10 minutes early. River City's 1 Hour Air. They save you time, they save you money. Mention the Moscona special. They'll knock $25 off any system repair. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001 for River City's 1 Hour Air.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service, HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At Front to Back, they got not one, but 2 NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to Front to Back Boat Service.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
I mean, Arkansas, they're playing great. They're playing, I think better than anybody in our league right now, and they've done it consistently.
Will Wade earlier today meeting with the media, previewing LSU's trip up to Northwest Arkansas. Hogs have won 8 in a row, including blowing out the best team in the league, Alabama, this week. So LSU's got to bring their best to Arkansas tomorrow when they tip off at Bud Walton Arena. Our buddy John Nabors from 103.7 The Buzz, good enough to join us now, also host of Locked On Razorbacks. John, thanks for the time as always, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. Razorback fans don't really know what to do with themselves with all these top 10 victories in baseball and basketball. It's kind of a weird time over here.
I saw the stat or the note that the win over Alabama this week was the first ranked-on-ranked matchup at Bud Walton Arena since 1997. John, give me some context on that. That's almost hard to believe.
I know, trust me. It's one of those stats that get thrown out, and it's hard for Razorback fans to really contemplate. But obviously Arkansas hasn't been ranked a whole lot. In fact, the year that they were ranked for the majority of the season was back in 2014, 2015, Bobby Portis, Michael Qualls.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that year, Arkansas, or the SEC, really was not good besides Kentucky as far as top 25 teams, and Arkansas played on the road at Kentucky that year. So that was the last opportunity, and it hasn't been like that since. It's crazy, and sometimes it's really hard to think that Arkansas, a program that really prides itself on its successful basketball program, has gone that long without top 25 level success. So it's a nice thing to have back, and to have having these big time games in Bud Walton once again.
So tomorrow we'll have that feel, I would imagine, with LSU coming in, and then obviously with both teams playing for something of great significance. Let's talk about how Arkansas got to this point from the last time we saw these two teams, with LSU beating Arkansas by 16 at the PMAC. What switch has flipped? What has changed so abruptly for Arkansas over the last month?
That has been the ultimate question that everyone has been trying to figure out here in Arkansas, and I'm sure across college basketball. And I've been looking back on these games and trying to look and see if maybe there was something that made the difference. And the only thing I can find is that when Justin Smith got back healthy and the rest of this team started to figure out exactly what their roles were, this is when it got set across the board. Like we were looking at a team that had a lot of good players, talented players, but didn't know their roles. Like you had guys that didn't know if they were going to be the leading scorer, or they were going to be the guy, or what's their rebounding or anything. And once they kind of settled into those roles and bought into those roles and their minutes and all of that, you see it all get put together. And I think that, not only getting Justin Smith back, figuring out the roles, and also having confidence where they've gotten some nice road wins. They've won games where the other team had a late lead and they've come back. They've won in different ways. It's just they're putting it all together right now at the perfect time. And I just hard to believe that this team looks so different, especially from the first time these two teams played, because when Arkansas got the break speed off them by LSU, a lot of Razorback fans were wondering what this season was going to look like. But, man, what a turnaround.
Yeah, that was, as we mentioned, that was back in mid-January, and it has been a heck of a run since. Well, obviously then the 31-point loss to Alabama followed, but 8 in a row since. A year ago, let's refresh on this team. A year ago, it was the guards, right? I mean, it was Mason Jones and Isaiah Joe. Remind us this team. Stylistically does Eric Musselman have in them playing?
Yeah, it's mainly where they go through the run the offense through Moses Moody, which is their best player, and he will be an NBA draft pick this year. He's got all the intangibles, and they run the offense around him, and obviously he's a guard, and Jalen Tate's running point, and he's doing a really good job of taking care of the basketball. But what they've relied on a lot is Justin Smith inside, a guy that not only can have some post moves there, but can also come outside as well and hit some shots. And Connor Vanover's kind of been the wild card. He's 7'3", and earlier in the season he looked completely lost, but now he's becoming more of a threat to where not only is he finding a shot where he can hit threes, but he's also really tough to shoot over. Any 7'3" guy's tough to shoot over. So as far as their style and how they're doing it, it's kind of cliche to sound, but it's like they're doing it in different ways. Like sometimes Moses Moody will lead the team in scoring and do a great job. Sometimes Justin Smith, sometimes J.D. Notae comes off the bench and goes for 20 points. Other times Jalen Tate has 25 and 8 rebounds. Jalen Williams, a true freshman, may have 13 and 7. They're just beating teams in different ways, and they're finding matchups and weaknesses that they can exploit, and it's paying off for them.
John Nabors, 103.7 The Buzz, also host of Locked on Razorbacks, daily Arkansas Razorback podcast. This is a question that I've asked pretty much everybody this basketball season when LSU's gone on the road, which is the venue question. But Bud Walton is always one of, if not the best basketball venue. I mean, people talk about Rupp, but Rupp it's big, but it's a lot of purple hair sitting on their hands. Just honestly. Bud Walton is one of those that's a really tough place to go play. It's, I would assume, mostly empty. John, what's it been like watching a game inside of Bud Walton this year?
Well, I will give the fans a lot of credit. Only about 4,000 fans, or at least that's what they say, 4,000 fans will be allowed into the arena. And it's pretty spaced out. I mean, they got people up in the rafters, up in those nosebleed sections, because capacity is 20,000 there in Bud Walton. But I went to that Alabama game on Wednesday night, and the energy level is just it's incredible. I can't believe that there's only 4,000 people in there, just built on the sound level and the energy. And in fact, Eric Musselman met with the media today and even said that Bud Walton Arena is the greatest venue during this pandemic when it comes to college basketball, because he was saying that he can't even tell a difference in energy, or in some cases difference in noise level, because the fans continue to bring it. Now, obviously, it's easy when you have a top 25, top 20 teams and going up against an SEC opponent like Alabama, or in this case LSU, but Razorback basketball fans are some of the best, and they will always bring energy. They'll always be there and showing up and be loud, and I don't expect anything different tomorrow against LSU.
What's the unlock, John? If this team has an Achilles heel right now, maybe even what did Oklahoma State do so well that tripped up Arkansas in that SEC Big 12 Challenge the last time they lost?
Honestly, this is where I'm a little worried about LSU, because we saw this a little bit in the first game. But I think the weakness of this Razorback team is if they can go up against a team that's really good and physical inside, that can be problematic, because Justin Smith, he's a good inside guy. He's got athleticism. He feels big. But the other part of it, though, is that you have like Connor Vanover's he's just tall. He's not big, but he's just tall. Jalen Williams is a true freshman. He's a little smaller. So they just don't have a lot of physicality underneath. So if you can kind of bump them down low, get some guys in foul trouble, get strong and all of that, that's where problems could happen for Arkansas. And I feel like LSU did a really good job of that the first time around. They got some athletes, man, and I know you know that. They got some guys that are really strong, especially underneath. So if they can frustrate Arkansas down low, get some foul trouble, that's when everything will go the other team's way.
John Nabors, 103.7 The Buzz. What lay out for me for Arkansas remainder of the season? What are they playing for? I mean, obviously Alabama's going to win the SEC, but seeding, what's the kind of conversation around Arkansas based on what's likely on the line tomorrow against LSU?
Well, Razorback fans, since they're on a winning streak like they are, people here in the States still think that they'll continue to win, that they'll beat LSU, they'll beat South Carolina, and they'll beat the makeup game of Texas A&M if Texas A&M decides to play.
Right.
And, I mean, they're all feeling like, hey, even an SEC championship, that's not out of the realm of possibility. So they're feeling really confident. But I think realistically, Razorback fans think that they'll beat LSU tomorrow and that they'll beat South Carolina, and then the tournament's kind of a crapshoot. But probably a 4 or 5 seed. Realistically, Jerry Palm has them as a 3 seed, and I don't know about all that. I still think that's pretty high. But I think that Razorback fans expect 4 or 5 seed, and if that's the case, that'll be a huge success in what they've done in the regular season. And I think that most Razorback fans, is probably where they expect them to be.
Arkansas, about a 6 or 7 point favorite over LSU tomorrow at Bud Walton Arena. Hoping for a good game. As always, we appreciate the time. John Nabors, 103.7 The Buzz, host of Locked On Razorbacks. Thanks, John. Appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend.
Anytime, man. Enjoy the game. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. We'll see you. All right, it is After Further Review. Glad you're with us. Tough task for LSU. 1 o'clock tomorrow, 1 o'clock Central with LSU at Arkansas. It's just a great opportunity. I mean, if you're LSU, you kind of allude to what John said there. And one thing that stands out about the first time these two teams played, when you go back and kind of scan it, LSU put up 92 points in that ball game. It was 92-76, and LSU had a gigantic first half. They led by 20 at halftime. It was 51-31. Like right from jump, LSU just exploded out of the gate. And that was a game where, as much as we've talked about Cam Thomas and his shot selection, Cam Thomas only had 15 field goal attempts. That was his, aside from the Ole Miss game when he had the ankle injury and that just played just 4 minutes, the 15 field goal attempts were the fewest he's taken in an SEC game. So I'm not saying that you need to take the ball out of Cam Thomas's hands, but I think one of the things we've seen pretty consistently over LSU's 3-game winning streak when they rebounded after that tough stretch where they lost 4 or 5 is Cam was just being more selective. He was taking better shots and involving everybody in the offense. Feels like that's something you're going to have to do tomorrow. Both of these offenses are really good. When you look at LSU and Arkansas, they're basically what and what as far as offensively and what they average. Both teams average 82 points a game, like on the number. Arkansas is 82.4, LSU's 82.9. Difference is LSU allows about 5 more points per game than Arkansas. LSU shoots at a little higher clip, 47%. Arkansas is at 45%. But these two teams are very similar. And obviously, Eric Musselman was an assistant here for a year in Baton Rouge before he went to Nevada and then Arkansas. So he knows LSU, all the personnel is very different now than it was then. But this is a great opportunity for LSU to go on the road, get a quad 1 win. They added another quad 1 opportunity with the Missouri game being added for next Saturday. Vanderbilt, their net ranking is in the 120s, so that's not going to be anywhere close to a quality win opportunity. You'll probably drop in the net just for playing that game, but you want to avoid a bad loss there. And you heard Will Wade say it. You want to get the double bye in the SEC tournament, you got to win 2 of your next 3. You assume you're going to win at home against Vanderbilt, but can you get one of these road games, either at Arkansas or at Missouri, for a shot tomorrow at 1 o'clock? Of course, you can hear it on the LSU Sports Radio Network. But it's After Further Review. Glad to have you aboard with us here. We're brought to you by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette. Online, theantiagingclinics.com. Friday, so that's my weigh day for Ideal Protein. I am down 17 pounds in a month. Down set from 227 to 210. 17 pounds in 1 month time, and I've lost 18 total inches. That's neck, arm, chest, waist, hips, butt, and thigh. 18 total inches in 17 pounds in a month. It's incredible. I'm not hungry. The food tastes great, and they will keep you accountable, walking you through the entire diet. If you have a target goal in mind and other plans haven't worked for you, or you haven't been able to sustain or maintain, or you couldn't stand being hungry all the time, Ideal Protein works, and they offer it at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. hormone replacement therapy, body sculpting, laser hair removal, tons of options to look and feel like your younger you at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Blue Bonnet, Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey, and Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. I'm glad to have you aboard with us here. Remember, you can text the show on the 225. It is 396-4400, 396-4400. We welcome everybody listening on 100.3 ESPN New Orleans. Apologies right there from jump. We had a little bit of a difficulty there. People were blowing up the text line. Man, are you not in New Orleans anymore? Yes, we're in New Orleans. A little bit of a technical issue. We apologize for that. So thanks to everybody who was patient with us there. Okay, it's after further review. Let me knock out a quick break. When we come back, we'll go around the SEC. Quick thought on the Pels, which took it on the chin late last night against Milwaukee. Also, Tigers and the Pros later this hour. Theriot, 30 minutes from right now. Jam-packed Friday show. Glad you're here on AFR.
AFR.
Better coverage for less money. That's what I tell you about every day at Insurance Network of Louisiana. When my family moved to Baton Rouge in 1989, our across-the-fence neighbor was an insurance agent. And so my parents had their homeowners and auto and everything insured with him. And even when he retired, our policy got passed on to the next person within that company. It was State Farm. I don't mind telling you that. And all those years, we had State Farm. And so when I started driving, I had State Farm. And then when I had a home, I just had State Farm. It's just what I had forever and ever and ever. It's what we always had. And I never thought that I could be overpaying or underinsured. And lo and behold, I was. I still had the same amount of auto coverage, state minimum coverage, that I had when I first started driving. When I was an adult married man with a child, I was woefully underinsured. Nobody bothered to tell me. And I was still overpaying. I quadrupled my coverage and saved $1,600 a year. Stop overpaying to be underinsured. Insurance Network of Louisiana.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st. 2021.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Have you been issued a ticket for texting, speeding, or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111 or connect with us online at ocbrown.com.
Visit Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
Cool on that.
The moment you realize something is truly luxury is the moment you put it to use. Purchase or lease a new Infiniti QX80 online today with Infiniti Now.
Visit Infiniti of Baton Rouge at
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Pels lost last night. I thought they'd lose last night. Second of a back-to-back on the road is never easy, especially when you're a young team trying to figure out how to win. I did not, however, anticipate being as close as it was. It was akin to an all-star game early. It was defense optional. They went to the break. The Pels did trailing a point 69-68. Zion was incredible at 24 in the first half. His game total in Vegas was 24. Had it in the first half. So it was really impressive to watch Zion and Giannis go back and forth. And a really cool moment after the game when they kind of dapped up and Giannis, the two-time MVP, asked Zion for his jersey. Great respect on the TNT broadcast after the game from Giannis about Zion and two of the young stars in this league that are going to be amazing stars carrying this league for the next decade plus. But the end of the game, listen, if you play any defense at all early in the ball game, perhaps it's a different result, but that was both ways. Neither team was playing defense through three quarters, and then both buckled down in the fourth quarter. But this was very similar to the Portland game, where in late game scenarios, you just didn't make plays. You know, played Portland last week, and they had an opportunity to win, and it was Dame Lillard who made the game-winning play. And you had an opportunity last night. You're up 3. Giannis gets a dunk. This is about 2.5 to play. You're up 1, and Lonzo takes an anytime 3. I mean, it was a shot at the top of the key that he could have gotten at any point in the shot clock, and he fired it, misfired. The Bucks go down. Chris Middleton makes a shot, and all of a sudden you're down now. And, Zion came back, gave you the lead again, 125-124. Giannis with a little 10-foot floater put the Bucks back on top. And then was the play that I think drew the most ire. Zion's driving, and it looked like he just got annihilated going up to the rim by Brook Lopez, and they did not blow the whistle. Giannis got a dunk in transition. The Bucks were up 3 at that point, and the Pels never got closer. The other thing that we obviously have to talk about is not taking a 3 at the end of the game. But two things about what transpired there. One, real time, Zion not getting that call was atrocious. When you see a superstar player take a fall like that in this league, that's got to draw the whistle. And I do not like calling games differently for different players or calling games differently in different scenarios where you say, oh, you got to swallow the whistle in that moment, or oh, you got to blow the whistle for that guy. It should be equivalent all the time. You should call a game evenly, but I know intellectually, watching sports, that's not how it happens. Referees will officiate games differently in the preseason than they will during the regular season of the playoffs. It's the same with NBA officials, and it's the same whenever you're talking about superstar players. And Zion should have gotten that call. I'm not saying that's what cost the Pelicans the game. What cost the Pelicans the game is that they didn't play a lick of defense for 3 quarters. But even still, you're down 3, and you have the ball with 14 seconds left, and you're passing the ball like a hot potato around the key, and nobody wanted to take a shot. Finally, Brandon Ingram drives, and he gets a charging call, and you don't even get a potential game-tying three-pointer up. So the late-game scenarios are awful. Here was Stan Van Gundy after the game talking about the late-game scenario in that final possession where they didn't get a shot up.
14.7 seconds to go. Tremendous effort. Force them to take a timeout, didn't get a steal, and go down. I was sure we'd get a great look at it. And I thought we passed up 2 good looks, to be quite honest. But a good fight by our guys against a very good team on the road, second night of a back-to-back. And again, it's a broken record. I've got to it's not all on me. We've got to get the defense figured out because we have a chance to be good.
He's right. Zion is an elite difference-making player. They're in these ball games. They're not getting run off the floor. They're playing with some of the best teams in the league. They're just an atrocious defensive team. And I'm not honestly so worried about it. My feeling on this team is, like we've talked about, I just don't have expectation for them. I didn't expect this to be a team that competes into and deep in the playoffs. If they get there, great. I'm pumped. I'm just not expecting it. So I'm going to enjoy nights where Zion has the kind of performance he did going blow for blow with the reigning MVP. And if you come up 4 points short against Milwaukee, okay, you did. Eventually, they're going to learn how to win, how to thrive in late game scenarios. It's something you see clutch players in this league do all the time. It's something you see Giannis do and Kyrie do and LeBron do. And the Pels just aren't there yet. They'll get there. They're young. They'll figure it out. Maybe it'll be this year. Maybe it'll be next year. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy watching the growth. All right, it's After Further Review brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Weekend is here. Weekend is when a lot of people go test drive. So shop online at southpointvw.com and then go test drive one. They're an airline just north of Highland. You could drive away in a brand new Jetta S for $199 a month, less than $200 a month. They've also got 0.9% APR for 60 months on all new Jetta models. Same for all new Atlas models as well. That 3-row, 7-seater family SUV, it's the vehicle I drive. Amazing deals always at Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, South Point Volkswagen. Great German engineering without the cost. Manufactured in their Tennessee plant, so you're supporting American jobs. That's South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products, excellence in imaging solutions. The Auburn Tigers.
Auburn expected to be without point guard Sharif Cooper for the second straight game due to his left ankle injury. Cooper sprained his ankle in practice on Sunday, doubtful to play when the Tigers host Tennessee on Saturday. Cooper missed Tuesday's home game against Florida, a loss for Auburn. Former five-star prospect now has played as many games as he's missed. He was held out the first 11 games of the year while the NCAA worked to certify his eligibility. Auburn hosts Tennessee 11 o'clock Saturday on ESPN.
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Bama football landed a 5-star quarterback commit. Ty Simpson on Friday on CBS Sports HQ chose Bama over Clemson, Ole Miss, and Tennessee. It was initially thought to be a Tennessee lean, but when the coaching change happened with Jeremy Pruitt out the door and Josh Heupel in, it opened the door for the Crimson Tide, and of course the Nick Tater walked right through it. Simpson, 6'2", 185, number 3 pro-style passer, number 27 overall prospect. He's the 4th commit for Alabama's 2022 class.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
And Georgia's down another receiver. Tommy Bush has entered the transfer portal. So Georgia unofficially now at 82 scholarship players. Georgia is expected to dip into the transfer portal for graduate transfers as well. Bush, 6'5", 195, former Under Armour All-American and 4-star prospect out of Texas, although his time in Athens was never productive, played in just 3 games in 3 years. Bush, though, the 4th receiver to transfer out of Georgia's program this offseason. There you have it. That is Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products online at gcopnet.com, gcopnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. 17 minutes from right now, Theriot will be in studio. Got NFL Live on the TV here in studio, and it's Saints playing at quarterback, and talking about Jameis Winston, his being scheduled to become a free agent on March the 17th. It will be between now, and I'm trying to pace myself with this conversation, because between now and March 17th, I would assume we are going to have some finality in this quarterback situation. It's almost impossible to imagine the Saints allowing Jameis Winston to walk into free agency. Now, if the Russell Wilson situation is a possibility, then clearly you put off signing Jameis. There's no reason to extend Jameis Winston today if there's a possibility that you can trade for Russell Wilson. If you trade for Russell Wilson, you don't need Jameis Winston. If you can't get Wilson, you sign Winston and never let him hit free agency because you don't want an open market bidding war for that guy that you feel like you could sign at a fair value. What does Jameis want to do? That's kind of a big question right now, though. But the longer this goes on, the better. Because if the Saints quickly sign Jameis Winston, that tells you Russell Wilson's off the table. And that Seattle's asking price would be just too high. But for the life of me, I can't imagine there being too high of an asking price. When you're talking about a franchise quarterback, I'm okay giving up draft picks, especially when you consider much of the Saints' damage in the draft has been in the middle and late rounds. I mean, Michael Thomas was a second-round pick. Alvin Kamara was a third-round pick. Teron Armstead was a mid-round pick. David Onyemata was a fourth-round pick. They've done work in the middle and late rounds to find guys that have become quality contributors to this team, great players to this team. And on the flip side of it, when you go back and look at the Saints' first-rounders, there haven't been tremendous successes there. Yes, Marshawn Lattimore certainly is a hit. Ryan Ramczyk certainly is a hit. But Sheldon Rankins has been up and down largely due to injuries. I mean, Stephon Anthony was a whiff. Brandon Cooks isn't with your team anymore. Trey Hendrickson, Marcus Davenport, you gave up a lot for, and it's been largely injuries, but he hasn't lived up to that billing. I don't think Mark Ingram was worth giving up 2 ones to get. You give me a quarterback, a no doubt bona fide superstar quarterback, I'll give up anything for him because there's nothing any of those picks can turn into that's more valuable and harder to get than an elite quarterback. All right, it's after further review. Final break here of hour number 1, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. When we come back, Brain will have Tigers in the pros, and Congress has a new NIL bill. This one has a very interesting twist that I want to talk about. Theriot in 14 minutes. Stick around.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, where every year they have a dads and daughters dance, but because of COVID this year, that's not going to happen. They've replaced it, however, with the Big Adventure Father-Daughter Scavenger Hunt. It's a week from Sunday. You can get details online at brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org. Right there on the homepage, you'll see it. It's the first thing on the homepage, brgeneral.org. You tap the event details right there, and you get all the information you need, brgeneral.org. And they were kind enough to give us 5 sets of tickets to give out. 1 set of ticket good for 5 people. So that could be maybe a dad and multiple daughters or 2 dads and their daughters, however you want to work it out. Locations all over the greater Baton Rouge area. It's a fun way to socially distance and still for dads and daughters to do something together. The Big Adventure Father-Daughter Scavenger Hunt next Sunday, March the 7th from 2 to 4 p.m. We are giving away tickets, so text me right now to win 336-4400. I'm sorry, 396-4400. 396-4400.
In the heart of Mid-City at 3869 Government Street, you'll find the charming Italian go-to neighborhood spot, Canatella Grocery, where there's fresh homemade pasta, delicious made-to-order hot deli sandwiches, and a variety of meals, fresh or frozen, to pick up for dinner. Stop in for $5 Muffalata Monday, where all day, every Monday, they're serving up a quarter of a muffalata with a cup of homemade pasta salad for only $5. Now that's a deal. Canatella Grocery. See you there.
Meet our team of attorneys at Murphy Law Firm before you hire an attorney for your injury case. Visit murphylawfirm.com and your decision will be easy. Learn why we should be your attorney. Get to know us before you call. Main office, Baton Rouge.
Okay, honey, stay calm. The hospital is only 10 minutes away. Just hold on.
I can't wait any longer. Pull over at the corner store.
We can make it to the hospital. Just remember your breathing. Just keep breathing. You can do it.
Pull over, right there.
We're minutes out. Hold on.
What did I say?
Okay, let's do this.
Be right back.
Huh?
Hi, how can I help you? As you can see, I'm in a bit of a rush. Can I please have the new corner payout game from the lottery? I heard you can win up to $8,000.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck with all of that, everything.
Just can't wait? Pull into any lottery retailer and pick up Corner Payout, the new $1 scratch-off from the lottery. Win up to $8,000. Honey, what was that all about?
Nobody keeps baby away from the corner. Payout.
It's funny. Play Corner Payout from the lottery. Win up to $8,000. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
AccuTemp Services is offering a hot BOGO deal now through the end of February. During the event, if you buy an AC system from AccuTemp, they'll give you a free furnace. Don't miss this limited time offer from AccuTemp. Keep the heat this season. Text HEAT to 31996 for details.
When the wild calls, the Kubota RTV X1140 was built to answer. Proven diesel engine, heavy-duty suspension, and traction that grips like a mountain lion. It's all engineered around a roomy 4-seat cab that converts into an extra-long cargo bed, so you can prep for a trophy hunt and haul it home effortlessly. Find yours at your local Kubota dealer. Kubota, shape your world.
Get your next Kubota at Ascension Equipment. Save more today and mow tomorrow.
This is Skip Bertman, and as a coach for over 50 years and the father of 4 daughters, we've had a lot of happiness and accumulated lots of stuff. Dependable Storage wants your stuff. Now open in Baton Rouge. Visit DependableStorage.com.
Hey, it's Dory Noka. Join me and Mel Kiper Jr. for Dory and Mel Saturday mornings at 8 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Play your favorite casino games and sports bet for free. Visit BetRivers.net. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, wrapping up hour number 1. Glad you're with us. Appreciate our friends at Don Juan Cigar Bar. If you're watching on CST or the YouTube channel, Paul's whole board went dead. The entire video console. So if you're watching, I know people on radio aren't seeing any of this, but when we went to commercial there, you just stayed on me, on this frame, and you didn't have any graphics or anything. Like, they're working on it, but Paul's entire board just died. So they're working to fix that, hopefully quickly. In the meantime, if you're watching, you're just going to stay on this shot and see me right here. Hi, everybody. So anyway, they'll work on that. In the meantime, Brain has, for everybody listening on radio, all of this sounds totally normal to you. But if you're watching, that's what's up. Brain has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Kentucky's Best Hemp. Find them online at kysbesthemp.com.
Start off with Joe Burrow today.
I assure you that is Brain talking.
How about I turn down the right one?
Yeah, that would help.
All right, let's start off with Joe Burrow today.
Let's do it.
There's video footage.
Joey B.
Video footage of quarterback Joe Burrow. Actually, there's still photographs as well. But the comeback is on. The recovery is on. He is still set to be back for Game 1. Burrow popped up on the social media feed of Black Sheep Performance in Cincinnati, performing some one-legged squats in the video. Because, of course, his other leg was amputated.
That's not true.
Oh!
Don't go out there spreading falsities out there, Brain. We are reputable news people here.
Are we, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. You aren't anymore, saying Joe Burrow lost a leg.
Prove to me that he didn't.
Well, he was doing one-legged squats. So.
Yeah, where's the other leg, Matt? Where is it?
He was just holding it out.
Yeah, no, I saw the video. It looks good. He's on pace.
Good.
Over to the NBA. Ben Simmons had 15 points last night. You know you can get to 15 points by going 5 for 5 from three-point range.
Yeah, you could do that.
You can do
that. You know what else you could do?
Make
15 of 15 from the free throw line without attempting a three. Another way to do it.
Close. 6 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. If you're doing the math on that, it's 0 for 0 from behind the three-point line for Ben Simmons last night.
I watched the game. He didn't play. They blew out. Oh, hell, that was the first national game. Who did they beat?
Dallas.
Dallas, thank you. That's right.
Yeah.
They blew him out.
Yeah.
So Ben barely played in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was. The Dallas actually closed it down a little bit in the fourth quarter, but it was worse before it was better. So 15 for Ben last night. Also had 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Over to Major League Baseball. Only 2 teams left to check in on, and I'm going to hit them both today since spring training games start on Sunday. We'll have the box scores to report on Monday. I know. Last 2 guys, San Francisco Giants have Kevin Gausman on their 40-man roster.
Heard of him.
And the San Diego Padres have a former Tiger on their roster.
Oh. Huh. Let me guess who it could be. Tyler Hanover.
It is not Tyler Hanover.
You said San Diego Padres, right?
I did say San Diego Padres.
Sean McMullen.
It's not Sean McMullen.
Oh, dang it. Ronnie Rance.
It is Ronnie Rance. That's right. That's right.
Got him.
Jumbo got himself a non-roster invitee.
Well, actually, who is it, Brain? I'm not sure.
Well, I know I'm walking into it when I say it. Are you stretching before I say it? Are you really stretching? It's Austin Nola. And that's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by
KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com.
Kentucky's Best Hemp. I have a story.
Ooh.
Erica has plantar fasciitis, my wife. When she's been sitting for a long time, when she walks up, I feel terribly for her because she can't walk. She was online last night and was reading these blogs that were like, CBD helps. Salve.
Yeah.
So she's getting on to go buy. I said, hey.
You know somebody.
Who you talking to? I went into the pantry. I was like, here. She texted me. She's like, oh, my God. I'm the greatest testimonial ever. Worked like a charm. I'm telling you. You got plantar fasciitis. Try Kentucky's Best Hemp. Promo code AFR30 at KYSBestHemp.com. Howard, you next.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. WilliamsonEYE.com. 924-2020. 924-2020. Or schedule your free consultation at WilliamsonEYE.com. I love following the Williamson Eye Center on social media because they'll always post these videos. And I had this experience. So after you have LASIK, they'll sit you up on the table and they'll turn you around and you look at the clock across the room and say, can you see the clock? And when you spend your entire life not being able to do something so simple as seeing the clock across the room, the first time you're able to do it, it's overwhelming. You see a lot of people break down in tears. And I know a lot of you who've never had vision issues, God bless, I'm pumped for you. But if you're like me and you've spent your life dealing with vision issues, imagine not having glasses or contacts and being able to see perfectly. Williamson Eye Center gives that gift every day. WilliamsonEYE.com.
Feeling lucky? Visit Magnolia Bluffs Casino and Hotel in historic Natchez, where the safety of our guests is our top priority and everyone is treated like a VIP. Slots, blackjack, craps, roulette, sportbook, and more. And don't forget, Magnolia Bluffs is the closest sportsbook to Baton Rouge.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona with fantastic news. The Sazerac House is open and now offering fully guided tours. On the corner of Canal and Magazine, open Tuesday to Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., you can experience this piece of New Orleans history. Experience timeless traditions, interactive cocktail exhibits, and exclusive spirit tastings. For more information, visit SazeracHouse.com. That's SazeracHouse.com.
Come celebrate the small things at Small Sliders. Our signature cheeseburger sliders, hot fries, and delicious milkshakes are cooked fresh to order. Come slide through on the corner of Nicholson and East Boyd. We cook, you celebrate. Small Sliders.
When you're faced with disasters like mold, water, or fire in your house or in your place of business, call Advanta Clean first. They're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. These type of situations are incredibly stressful, and Advanta Clean will help guide you through the entire process. They are your first responders when you're faced with emergencies such as mold, pipes bursting, flood damage. When you're in this situation, remember, time is not on your side, but Advanta Clean is. So don't wait until it's too late. Call 225-369-5228.
Be a money saver at your homegrown High Neighbor supermarkets with great weekly specials on quality meat. Lean and meaty pork strips or steaks, $1.29 a pound. Sanderson Farms thighs or drumsticks, 89 cents a pound. USDA T-bone steaks, $4.99 a pound. And sign up for digital coupons and home delivery today at HighNeighbor.com. High Neighbor, Windward at Airline, Florida at Cora, and Jones Creek Road.
High Neighbor, be a money saver. High Neighbor.
$10,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford F-150. Bayou Ford wants to put you in a brand new Ford F-150 XLT today with $10,000 off MSRP.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door.
$10,000 off F-150 at Bayou Ford in LaPlace between New Orleans and Baton Rouge.
The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you. XLT, STA, trim models, 4,500 dealer discount, 5,500 Ford rebate, expires 3/1/21.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Hanging with Hanny. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
Offices in Baton Rouge.
104.5 WNXX Jackson, 104.9 KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour is brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown with breaking news. Kevin Durant of the Nets is out until after the All-Star break. He's missed 6 games already with a sore hamstring. Domantas Sabonis of the Pacers will take Durant's spot at the All-Star game. Raptors head coach Nick Nurse and 5 of his assistant coaches are out for tonight's game against the Rockets due to health and safety protocols. The coaches will work remotely, but no word yet on who'll lead the team on the bench tonight. Kyrie Irving of the Nets is not backing down after posting on social media that the NBA logo should change to a silhouette of Kobe Bryant instead of Jerry West.
Kobe Bryant logo. Yes, it needs to happen. I don't care what anyone says. Black Kings built the league. It's exactly what I meant. It's exactly what I said.
Kyrie Irving. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports the Texans cut running back Duke Johnson. He came to Houston in a 2019 trade with the Browns. In the first 2 weeks of spring training COVID-19 testing, 12 Major League players and 3 staffers test positive, a positivity rate of 0.3%.
Do you own or rent your home? Sure you do. Fortunately, Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. It's a good thing, too, because having a home is hard work. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico.com. Easy.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold. Okay, you need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
I appreciate it, bud. Have a good one.
Paul O'Neill kind of.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
I mean, he's physically in the room. The Brain.
Hey, the brain got a poop.
Hey! Woo! Theriot!
Showbiz!
We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yo, bro.
Yeah.
How does this feel? A little different, huh?
A little weird, a little different, but it's okay. We're going to make it work.
So if you're just jumping in the car, listening, or just turning on the TV, Paul's entire video console just went. But, so what that means is the camera that's on, or was on when his console went, is the only camera we have. Everything else, his ability to put up graphics or switcher, it's all gone.
Gone.
And we can't even run a commercial break on video. So we are just stuck on this shot. Thankfully, he was able to at least pan out on that camera because it was very tight on me. Now, at least it's got you in it as well. So, nonetheless,
you got to win anyway.
We're here. We are.
You got to win anyway.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get out there. We're gonna bite down. We're gonna dig in.
Life throws you curveballs,
Yeah.
Matt. You got to stay back and hit it the other way.
That's what we got to do.
Yep.
We're digging in. You know, we're choking up on the bat a little bit here.
Spreading out.
Spread out.
Yep.
We're going to fight it off.
Just fight, barrel the ball.
That's what we're going to do.
Keep it simple.
Got a lot to get to. We'll recap opening weekend of baseball for LSU. We'll preview the weekend ahead at the box. We'll talk some LSU basketball. Joe Lunardi's latest bracketology, not surprising, does have LSU slipping a bit. Joe Lunardi had LSU up to a 7 earlier in this week, but they ain't there right now. So a lot that we're going to get to here. Some kick rocks coming up as well. How's your week been?
The week's been great. You know, last week we had opening weekend at Traction with baseball. That was great. So tournaments are popping now. High school baseball. You got college baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball is obviously going right now.
Basketball is going right now.
And I love the beginning of baseball season because I get to watch the umpires.
Well, you don't like umpires.
Yeah.
I know you don't like umpires.
Right. But I get to watch them.
Especially brace-face McGillicuddy.
Yep.
Who tossed you out of that game when you were in St. Louis.
Yep. 100 degrees in Cincinnati. And so it gives me an opportunity, baseball season does, especially now, to watch these guys and gals. And something happened earlier in the week.
Yep.
And I wanted to talk about it a little bit.
A baseball game?
No, this was basketball, but it's an official nonetheless.
Oh, okay.
So I'll put it down. I want to share it with you guys, see if you enjoy it.
Are you getting me sick?
Because I sure did. No, I'm better, actually.
Oh, because you sound sick.
Well, I sound better than I did yesterday. You
that's good.
Yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. I'm about to go get the Aaron Surface Pro out of the other room and put it right there next to you so you're not affecting anything.
You ought to put it right in the middle.
I will. Put it right there.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dear officials that are all up in their fields, just because you're wearing stripes and have a whistle around your neck, or you're wearing your little brother's shirt to show off your 50-year-old guns,
if you're 50 and you're wearing your little brother's shirt, would you be wearing like a 46-year-old shirt?
Possibly. But he's little, not younger, little.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, your little brother, not your younger brother. You got it. Understood. Noted. Let me note that. Noted.
Or your dad was a major league umpire, so now you are. It does not give you the right to affect the outcome of games. Officials are a part of the games to enforce rules of said game, and that is it. You're not there to interpret your understanding of the rule. You're there to enforce the rule voted on by whatever governing body you work for. J.J. Redick was ejected from Sunday night.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday night's game, I guess last week, by referee Josh Tiven.
Yeah.
He was ejected because he made a pass after a foul was called, threw the ball to Tiven with a little English on it.
Yeah.
Tiven couldn't handle it, teed him up. He'd already had a previous tech, which was controversial as well, because he was talking, said something. So he's ejected from the game.
Gone. He's
out of the game because of a pass that after the foul was called, he passed the ball to the guy with a little English on it. The guy couldn't handle it, teed him up, threw him out.
Did you ever do that when you were a kid? Like, you try to do this on purpose. Like, you do like an L pass. You'd put a little spin so it went right and then it bounced left. Boom, That's what he did. He kind of spun it to go around the guy.
Guy couldn't handle it.
And you know what he acted like? He acted like he threw grenades at his feet. That's what the ref's like, oh my God, look what you did.
Josh Tiven.
What a loser.
Loser.
He is a loser. All up in his feels, loser. What's his name again?
Josh Tiven.
Spell it?
T-I-V-E-N.
T-I-V-E-N. Tiven.
Loser.
Loser, Josh Tiven. You are a loser. That's what you are. Tiven.
Basketball refs are the worst.
Worst.
They've all got their hair slicked back all cool.
Yep.
They each have like a signature jog they do up and down the court. They even stretch and all that crap before the game just so everybody can see them. That's what they want. Man, do that stuff in the tunnel. Like, we don't want to see you. We don't care about watching you stretch or you run. Nobody wants to see you do high knees, shuffles.
Do they do that?
Yeah, they go through the full stretch.
Come on.
Absolutely.
I don't believe that. Wow.
Fans are there to watch Zion.
Yeah.
They're not there to watch Josh Tiven.
Nope.
Josh, I understand your feelings are still hurt because you got cut off your 7th grade team, but trying to make the game about you rather than the guys that are actually getting paid to play is tired. It's not just basketball, though. Baseball guys stink too, Matt.
They all do.
They've all let themselves go to the point that I worry about their health. Baseball guys, umpires. There isn't much running around in baseball. But dang, fellas, at least you could act like you care a little bit. Football refs, for the most part, are pretty good. The NFL has done a good job training their crews on communicating with players. It's such an emotional sport. They try to diffuse the situation rather than instigate them. Rarely do you see an unsportsmanlike flag for taunting or talking in the NFL. So I'm going to give those guys a pass.
Sometimes they'll do if they get bumped. But it's like you're up in the middle of a scrum. Sometimes you get bumped. What did you think, man? There's like a 350-pound man right there. He's a pterodactyl. You're bummed that you got bumped by him?
My only complaint with the NFL guys are the shirts. Like they are, because what's the guy that started? Ed Hockley? He started it. Now they all do it.
Yeah, they all do.
They all do it.
They all get super. They feel like they're super jacked.
They all like super.
Well, you get a lot of FaceTime now. They know these guys. You know these guys.
You should be seen and not heard. You're a piece of the game, much like a foul line or a batter's box. You're not a part of the game like a point guard or a pitcher. You guys need to start acting like it. Sincerely, Ryan.
I'm with you. Love it, by the way. And it's after further review. Brought to you by GMFS Mortgage, gmfsmortgage.com. We are going to do Kick Rocks here coming up after the break. We will recap LSU's opening week of baseball at the bottom of this hour. Got a message via Facebook earlier today. I'd like to share with you the name of the person who sent this because I like giving attribution, so you know I'm not lying to you. This gentleman's name is Julio Guzman. Okay. Julio Guzman sent me a message. Said, hey, Matt, sorry to bother you again. No biggie. He said, is the mortgage you advertise called GMFS Mortgage? I was not sure and hope you and your family, Drew, are doing well. Thanks again and have a good weekend. That was very nice message from Julio. And I said, Julio, it is GMFS Mortgage. GMFSmortgage.com. As a matter of fact, I gave him Doug Bickley's number. Doug is my own personal lender. Doug's a guy.
He's a guy.
But there's so many. I mean, you can call Sparky over there in Denham Springs. Yeah. Sparacino. LaRusse is a guy. I mean, there's so many. I mean, all over the state of Louisiana. GMFS Mortgage has offices all over Louisiana. Interest rates at historic low levels. Save money by refinancing your mortgage. Don't let this opportunity pass. We're seeing rates in the twos, man. I went from a 3.85 to a 2.65. Guess what? I have to pay when we refied, I did not pay my mortgage for January or February. March 1, I have to pay my mortgage. First time I'll have paid a mortgage since December 1st. How about that? You don't think that was a nice little kiss at the end of the year? Not having to pay a mortgage for 2 months? Whew. GMFSmortgage.com. GMFS Mortgage. Changing lives.
AFR.
Regimen Fitness is headed to disrupt routines with a new location at Jubin Crossing. Eliminate fitness boredom and come try Regimen Fitness to get the best results out of your workout. The first 100 people to sign up at Jubin Crossing will get special rates. Regimen. Disrupt your routine.
How do you choose the right attorney?
after further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
I'll be a son of a bugger.
Do it.
We spent that entire break trying to figure out if we're going to be on TV or not.
And then it happened.
I don't know if we are, but we're on a different camera now. This is a first. I think in all the time we've been in this studio, one time prior. Well, hang on. I'm going to move this up.
What do you got?
Well, I got the magic COVID-killing box there. Because you're sick.
Why'd you put it over there then? You should have put it right here.
Well, I was trying to get it out of the way of that camera shot. Well, now we're on this camera shot, so I am going to put it over by you again. That's the Air and Surface Pro. You've heard me talk about mycleanliving.net. Theriot's sick, and I don't want to get what he's got. So
Not sick. I used to be. Feel better. Feel good.
Oh, I'll tell you a story about that, too. I'll tell you in a second. But we did the smell test last week.
Tell me about the time that it took the Lysol smell off of the thing.
Okay, that was last week. I sprayed Pledge on a paper towel. It took the odor out of it. You smelled it.
Yeah, I did.
I have another smell test for you.
I got one.
What do you got?
Can I do one?
What are you doing?
Remember how you used to always make fun of my feet?
Well, no, I didn't. No. I didn't. By the way, I did not always make fun of your feet.
Are you all right with this?
Well, you know what? I can't smell it, so you'd have to ask Brain.
These aren't bad.
Because I had COVID and I've got my taste back, but all my smell back.
I'm sure my socks stink a little bit.
Well, one time, I did not always make fun of your feet. One time you came in studio and you were wearing shoes and you did not have socks on. And we were downstairs in the studio that was literally previously a closet. And let Brain smell it. I don't know if it's good or bad.
It's just,
you want to touch his sock?
Yeah. I'm going to let Brain just.
I'm going to smell his sock. Why would touching it make it worse?
All right, see if Brain's going to smell. Theriot took off his sock.
You got some action?
A little bit of action.
Okay, Brain looks like he's going to vomit.
Oh, that's slow
Is that
blade.
bad?
Oh,
it's slow blade. It hit you late, huh?
Oh.
It's so good.
Okay.
All right, so no, for real, that stinks. Well, let me try.
Just get up in there. Get in there. Get in there.
I really don't smell it.
Give it a sec. Oh, well, you still got
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't have my. You
gotta get in there.
I don't have my smell. I put it on my face. All right, so Brain, that's a nasty smelling sock.
It's kind of bad. Yeah.
Okay. So
sorry, Brain. I've had them on all day. I apologize.
It's all right.
Okay, real quick reset. The big box, if you're watching, this is called the Air and Surface Pro. That's from mycleanliving.net. It's the thing we've talked about. It's NASA technology. It has been proven to eliminate viruses, including the virus that causes COVID-19, staph, strep, flu, mildew, bacteria, mold, all that stuff. It's amazing. We did a smell test last week, and you just took off your... Oh, this is what I was going to tell you. So my sister-in-law is a middle school science teacher. This week they're dissecting frogs.
She's the best. My daughters loved her.
I didn't want to say her name of the school. I don't know if they'd be comfortable with that. But they put one of the Fresh Air Mobiles, which is the smaller unit, right? Which covers 500 square feet that I've told you about. Put it in her classroom today while the kids were dissecting the frogs. She said it completely took away the smell of having like 30 rotten frog carcasses in the classroom. And she even said, well, hold on. Let me walk outside the classroom. Just in case I'm not like numb to the smell of it. Let me walk outside, then wait a while and come back in. And she said there was no smell. I'm telling you, it's like if you have pets, pet odors, if it's
gas.
If you're a smoker, if you have bad gas, if you're in a restaurant, you want to eliminate the grease smell. Of course, it's purifying the air and the surfaces.
Yep.
But it'll also take out odor as well. It's incredible. So like your sock, your very nasty sock.
We're gonna see.
Just wait. At the end of the show, we'll put it in Brain's face again. Maybe we'll have cameras by then. mycleanliving.net, by the way. mycleanliving.net. mycleanliving.net. Okay, let's do Kick Rocks. What the hell?
It's now time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick Rocks.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick Rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
So I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks. Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Do you have stuff, Paul? Wait, hang on. Give Paul his mic. I need to know. I know what we have here.
We're getting there.
Okay, so we have a back screen.
Yes.
And you have this camera.
Yes.
And you can switch?
Yes.
Can you do a graphic on the bottom? I switched! Yay! Okay, what else can you do over there, Paulie? What about bottom third, lower thirds? Can you do text?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. What about the top screens?
Testing it out right now.
Okay, all right.
Paulie,
For those listening on radio, Paul's entire video console went kaput. So
Whole
we were
world.
just stuck on one shot for like the last 40 minutes or so. All right, go ahead. What do you got for Kick Rock?
All right, I got a couple.
I have one. Can I do one?
Yeah, I love that.
When the video console goes kaput during a live show, that can kick rocks.
That can kick
Kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Hecklers can kick rocks.
Oh, I know
Kick
where
rock.
you're going with this one.
Just because you bought a ticket doesn't give you the right to say rude, mean things to people, okay?
Yep.
How would you like it if we went up to your sophomore high school class, 15-year-old, 16-year-old that was heckling Cam Newton the other day at his camp, and we started heckling you, okay, about the fact that the girl turned you down for homecoming, and you're a nerd, and your hair looks stupid, and your shoes are bad. Like, how would you like that? Okay, hecklers can kick rocks. If you go to games and your sole purpose is to heckle someone,
Then you're awesome.
then you can kick rocks.
Oh, you can
Get
you
down the
can
road
kick
and
rocks.
kick rock.
The husband and wife in Milwaukee that used to sit right behind the visiting dugout and yell at me every single time I went to Milwaukee can kick rocks.
I was going to
Kick
say,
rock.
who got you good? What did they say?
I don't even know what they said, but man, they just all game long, and we used to beat the crap out of the Brewers.
Did they?
We crushed them.
Were they?
They were brutal.
Were they? Did they look like people that would be stereotypical Milwaukee bratwurst eating, beer guzzling,
Yeah,
sweater wearing Midwesterners?
The man did for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the man did for sure.
Unmanicured facial hair.
Don't go to games just to yell at people. And they do that. Like, that happens. That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's a terrible way to live your life. Stop doing that.
Did you get your Zyrtec D this morning?
I went Mucinex D. It worked.
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh, it did? I mean, it's not like a magic pill.
You
I
should've
feel
gone Zyrtec.
1,000 times better right now than I did yesterday
You
at
should
this
have gone
time
Zyrtec
when I
D.
called you.
You should have gone Zyrtec D. Whatever. You don't have to ever listen to me. What do I know?
People that walk into convenience stores with muddy shoes on and get mud all over the convenience store, my convenience store, go Tiger Mart. If you're the clown that walked in there and got mud all over the floor, Miss Fallon had to sweep it up, okay? She had to leave her register from checking people out to go out there and sweep up the mud that you walked in and left on her floor like that, you can kick rocks.
Kick rock.
Come on, people.
Can I just say in general, if you're a rude person, you're an a-hole and you can kick rocks.
Kick rock.
Like today, I went downstairs to go heat up my lunch, and in the kitchen, there was a giant splatter spot of coffee, and it was coffee that had been creamed. You could tell it looked sort of like cafe au lait. It was a lighter shade that and it was significant enough, and it had hit and splattered, and someone had just left it there, and then it had dried up. You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I cleaned it up. You want to know why? Because I'm respectful of other people, and this is a work environment, and your mother doesn't live here. And shame on me maybe for cleaning up someone else's mess, but to whatever a-hole works in this building that left that there, you're an a-hole, and you can kick rocks. You're an inconsiderate a-hole. I don't know who you are. Was it you, Brain? Did you spill the coffee?
No, I'm the one that makes the coffee.
Well, whoever spilled that coffee and left it, you're an inconsiderate a-hole, and you can kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick
And
rock.
tell HR to come see me.
Yep.
What if it was HR?
Get at me, bro.
She can kick rocks, and she's an inconsiderate a-hole. But I
Kick
don't think that's
rock.
the case because I think she's a lovely person. I don't think she would do that.
City bus drivers that drive super slow can kick rocks.
There is nothing in the world. Nothing that annoys me more than inconsiderate people. When you think the world stops and starts at your convenience, you are an a-hole. You have to coexist with the rest of humanity.
That's right.
Don't be an a-hole.
Like the city bus driver on Highland Road the other day, Wednesday night, that went 25 miles an hour. You ready for this, Brain?
Idiot.
This clown goes 25 miles an hour on Highland Road from Bluebonnet all the way to college. There was a line stacked up of 50 cars, and he could care less, Coach. I get up next to him because I'm turning left when I get on college. No big deal. Eating a bag of chips. No problem. You don't have anywhere to be. Inconsiderate.
Inconsiderate.
Kick
The
rocks,
worst.
bro.
Kick
And I hope
rock.
you're listening, too.
The worst.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
Let me find that muddy shoe guy. I got something for him.
We got some that muddy shoe guy.
Sneeze right in his face.
All right. What's going on at Bowie Outfitters?
Well, if you walked outside today and you didn't think fishing, you're just not human. Okay, now's the time. Get
Think
over
what?
by Bowie. Fishing.
Fishing.
Yeah,
Like
it's
throwing
fun.
a hook in the water and waiting for a fish to bite it and then you reel it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that at all
absolutely.
today. I literally didn't think about that until you
come
just said
on.
it. I literally didn't think about it once till you just said it.
The lures are flying
And I
off the
assure
shelf
you that
right
I
now.
am in fact human.
They got the real bar over there at Bowie, which is
As
a
opposed
really
to the
cool
fake
thing.
bar?
Yep, it's a real bar. So it's a big old giant bar, like you would go order a drink, but it's got all real, the fishing reels on. You could touch them. You can play with them. You can
Do they have
reel
fake?
them in. What's that?
They have fake reels?
These are real reels. Yeah, they're there. Wide selection of lures. Whatever you need from a fishing standpoint is at Bowie Outfitters. Don't go to the big box stores. Go to Bowie Outfitters. Shop local.
For all your fishing needs?
For all your fishing needs.
Kick rocks.
Was that inside baseball, Brain?
That was definitely inside baseball.
Oh, Paul's got the top screens back. Paul, are we 100% back?
I believe so.
Okay, Paul, give me a graphic on the bottom. Just whatever, just anything. I don't care what it is, Paul. Maybe it'll be my text line because that's really good. 396. Oh, ask Ryan. That's not quite time for that, but good. I said I asked for anything. Paul, go to the fisheye. Paul, go to the fisheye. Let's see. Wow! All right, come to the one shot on me, Paulie. Hey! All right, let me frame up my Sassy bottle there again. We're back. We are 100% back. Well, can we do commercials, Paulie? Oh, we're about to find out.
I hope so.
All right, we're about to find out. All right. It's After Further Review. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. LSU baseball split a pair with Air Force, beat Louisiana Tech, pounded ULL on the road. What did Theriot think of the opening week of baseball? We'll get his thoughts when we come back on AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. There's a book called Be Our Guest. It's about the Disney experience, and it's all about customer service. And Darren has basically used this book where part of the mantra is, if a Disney park worker sees a child drop their ice cream cone, he's supposed to go get an ice cream cone and replace it because it's the happiest place on earth. It's all about a customer service experience. That's Darren's mindset with real estate. He wants you to have an exceptional experience. Like when you buy a home, Darren hosts a housewarming party for you and 20 of your closest family and friends. Have a better experience with Darren James. 335-7666. 335-7666. Buying or selling your home. Again, home buyers as well. Don't go into those negotiations without a realtor. Call Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
At Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town USA, $2,000 can get you into a new Camry for $299 a month. That's $299 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town USA.
Have you been arrested for DUI or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111 or connect with us online at ocbrown.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty, and with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
I just got this text from Jason Aguilar. Remember, you can text the show on the 225. It's 396-4400, 396-4400. That is via the new community app to which I subscribe. So you can text me. That's my assigned number. You can text me at that number during the show or anytime. I will reply. Anyway, Jason sent me this. It's a screen grab of a potential trade that would send Russell Wilson to the Saints. And I asked you, because I gave you mine yesterday. I asked Theriot to come up with a potential trade scenario to send Russell Wilson to the Saints. So we'll get that at the top of the hour in about 26 minutes. But this one, he lays out the Saints getting Russell Wilson, next year's 4, and a 2023 5, and sending to Seattle Taysom Hill, Ryan Ramczyk, Cam Jordan, this year's first-round pick, next year's first-round pick, and next year's second-round pick. So 2 1s, a 2, Cam Jordan, Ryan Ramczyk, and Taysom Hill. 4, Russell Wilson, and a 4th and 5th round pick. Would you do it?
Like, would I do it?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, yeah. I don't think that's a great deal for the Seahawks, though.
I don't know, man. You get an all-pro left tackle in his prime.
Okay.
You get an elite pass rusher. So you get 2 linemen. I don't know what you
Is
do with
the elite pass rusher still in his prime?
Oh, it doesn't matter if he's in his prime. He's still elite. That's not even a question. He'll play 99% of your snaps. And I don't know if they'd want Taysom Hill. And I'd give up any draft pick you want. It's like to me, I don't care what the trade is. I'm going to say yes. If it gets Russell Wilson in New Orleans, I will say yes to any trade. Any scenario that involves the Saints acquiring Russell Wilson, I will take.
Well, I worked on one for you. We'll share later on. It's pretty good. Yep.
Okay, good. LSU baseball had their opening weekend. They split a pair with Air Force and then beat Louisiana Tech, beat ULL. Bats struggled the first couple of games. Then the Bats got going the next 2 games. Yeah. Kind of what everybody's talking about. First, let me just kind of throw these out to you sequentially. Okay. The Will Helmers thing at third base. Obviously, he was going to have better days than that. But just your thought on how that transpired with him the first couple days.
Look, I don't know how it came to be that he was playing third. It was extremely obvious that he shouldn't have been playing third. I think a game and a half into the whole deal. I felt terrible for the kid.
Actually, the first AB of the season was a ground ball to third, and he made an error on the throw. Then it was obvious.
Well, you can get one, but when it turns into
5.
Yeah, 5, and then offensively, obviously he struggled a little bit. Look, it's not the kid's fault. I mean, you're a pitcher all fall, and now all of a sudden week out in the season, you're playing a position, man. It's tough. That's a tough spot to be in. Paul and the coaching staff was in a similar spot where they didn't quite know who was going to be playing there, and so, look, I've heard the grumblings should have been identified in the fall. If somebody would have taken that spot and ran with it, it would have never been a question. It would have never been a problem. But obviously that didn't happen all fall.
Mm-hmm.
There was plenty of guys, Matt, that they threw over there, and nobody took it. Nobody took the spot, And so, hey, let's try the Helmers guy. I mean, he can't be any worse than anybody else, right? And so they have a good problem over there because there's multiple guys that can play there, but nobody has really shined. I mean, let's be honest. There was 2 spots going into the season that I think everybody felt were lockdown spots, and that's behind the plate and second base, and that's really it. Center field was even discussed a little bit that might be some changes. So the Will Helmers thing, I felt terrible for the kid. The fact that he was able to get on the bump and get some action was great for him.
Yeah, it was great. Starting pitching, just a general feeling on what you saw from Hill, Marceau, Labus?
Hill, Marceau, as advertised. I thought, Hill pitched around some trouble there early, but dominant. I thought he really threw the ball well. Marceau, same thing. Tough luck with Marceau from a defensive standpoint, but I thought he threw the ball well. Man, Labus, I expected a little bit more from Labus.
Any concern?
Yeah.
One outing.
Yeah, but
7 strikeouts.
I get it.
Gave up 11 hits in 3 1/3.
I mean,
when you give up 11 hits in your first outing of the season, what do you attribute that to?
To Louisiana Tech, right?
Swinging good bat?
No. It's Louisiana Tech. It's just not like you're facing Alabama or.
No, I'm sorry. I meant, why? I mean, it was feast or famine. He had 7 strikeouts, but when he threw it over the plate and they hit it, that's just such an outlier.
No, I mean, you get the guys that'll do that. He's got to be better, and I was excited to have Labus kind of in that 3 spot. Even thought early on that he may creep up into the 2 spot because he's got that type of stuff. But that was a concerning outing for me with Labus. But the other 2 guys, I mean. And that's really who we talked about leading up to this season. Look, you got Hill and Marceau. That should be 2 victories. I mean, 2 close games, winnable games. You should look at your offense and go, the reason why we lost is because we didn't hit, not because we didn't pitch.
Yeah. What do you think? So Garrett Edwards, look, last Friday we had J.C. Holt on the show. Mm-hmm. Of course, it was Garrett Edwards, high school coach at Pitkin. And he went out there and kind of was one of the stories, man. He was the first reliever out of the bullpen, and then he started against ULL. Came up with a giant strikeout in a big spot with the bases loaded on the road in Lafayette. What are your impressions, man?
Yeah, look, Garrett Edwards, athlete on the mound. Boy, he surprised me. I'm going to be honest with you. The fact that they went to him first out of the bullpen surprised me, which tells me he's been doing this for a few months now. They've been watching him do this for a while. Very encouraging. Does he maybe slide into that 3 spot and give you that solid third starter on the weekends? I don't know, but yeah, I'm very encouraged by Garrett Edwards. I even looked up his Twitter highlights in basketball.
Yeah,
he could play a little bit.
Well, he was the Class B Player of the Year. I mean,
he could play a little bit.
JC told us there was a game he scored 62 in a high school basketball game. So he's an athlete. I don't want to go too premature on the freak out on Labus thing. Someone just texted the show and said, Edwards is going to replace Labus as the number 3. Labus is going to be a midweek guy. I've just seen AJ Labus throw 50-plus innings in now his 4th year in college baseball. I know that guy can get out college hitters. I know he can. Why he had that, I don't know. Every pitcher's had a day like that. It just sucked that it was the first one of the season. I'm not going to overreact to it. What do you think about Jordan Thompson at 3rd?
I think there's a reason why he didn't start the season at 3rd.
Why?
I mean, he like I said before, he didn't take the spot in the fall and run with it.
But clearly, defensively, he can play that position.
Well, he's a shortstop. I mean, he can play shortstop. The kid can defend. He can play all over the infield. As can a lot of those guys. I think the question there was with the bat, was offensively, was he going to be able to swing the bat, well enough? And yeah, he can defend. Having him over there obviously gives you a glove. It's not a position that you look at and go, we're really good defensively at third base. We're going to sacrifice offense for defense over there. Like it's not that position. That would be center field or shortstop or catcher. But yeah, I mean, look, you got to have somebody there to catch the ball. I think we're gonna see some movement there throughout the season, especially early on. But to get somebody there consistently is important. Continuity on the infield is important. That throw from the third base to the second baseman on a double play, communication from the shortstop to the third baseman, all that stuff is important, man. We look at it as interchangeable pieces, but those guys playing, you have to have confidence with the guy next to you and know what he's doing. So that's going to be real important moving forward. You can't just take one guy out and put another guy in.
He, in his first appearance of the year, had 2 really bad strikeouts against Air Force. Looked awful doing it. The next 2 outings, he hit the ball really good, including a home run against Louisiana Tech in their rally. So I'm curious which Jordan Thompson is the real guy that we're going to see throughout the course of this year. This will be an interesting weekend. What about in center? The big question with of course, Gio's injured. Paul has said it'll be Mitchell Sanford and Will Safford rotating. Mm-hmm. Safford collided with another player in pregame warmups before the Louisiana Tech game, was scheduled to start, was pulled from the lineup because of that hip injury. Sanford hit a little bit, so he got the start there against Tech.
Yep.
The other guy that's worth mentioning is Brody Drost, who has had 2 pinch hit at bats, and he's tattooed the ball in both pinch hit at bats. So what do you do in the outfield where you seemingly have a lot of options?
Yeah, and we talked about that when we went over the outfielders, how many good players you had out there. I would caution everyone getting too excited too early about 2 at-bats.
For Brody Drost.
Yeah, and Sanford as well. I think both these guys can really play. Drost is just a phenomenal hitter. And so
why are you cautioning then if he's a phenomenal hitter and we've already seen some of that?
Well, it's early. It's still really early. I mean, it's not easy to pinch hit. It's not easy to come off the bench, but who were they pinch hitting against? And then you got to look at the pitcher that the homers came off of. Was it a starter? Was it a guy that was throwing, low to mid 90s? Was it an 85, 86 mile an hour kind of mop up guy that's just throwing meatballs over the plate? I mean, you have to look at all that stuff, and look, I want those guys to have a ton of success. I think they've got a lot of really, really, really good players. I'll say this: confidence hitting is about 90% of the battle. So they're feeling good right now, and that may carry over in some of these elite pitchers, and they'll be able to handle those guys too. Center field's not a position though, man, that you can just throw anybody out there. I mean, there's 3 positions on the field defensively, in my opinion, that have to be shut down, locked down defenders, like guys that can really defend, and that's behind the plate, shortstop, and center field.
Right up the middle. That's basically when you think about it, that's every sport.
And your center fielder is a center fielder.
Yeah.
He's a safety on the football team. He's the guy that does middle linebacker. He's the point guard. The shortstop, same thing. He's the safety, the middle linebacker. Same thing with the catcher. So, whichever one of those guys can handle it, I think defensively. I think offensively they'll be similar. I mean, Brody Drost can swing the bat. He's got a beautiful swing. I'm excited to see Safford out there. I know he's had some tough luck there with the injury. But he'll be out there soon. I think he was, 80, 85, 90% right now. I expect to see him out there soon. So you've got guys, and whoever swings the bat's going to get it.
7 o'clock tonight against Youngstown State, the opener of the series. So LSU play Youngstown State tonight at 7, then again tomorrow at 2. And then they'll come back Saturday night and play Nichols at 6:30. So 3-game series, but a Friday doubleheader Saturday. They'll have Sunday off and then play they'll have Sunday, Monday off, They'll play Tuesday, Wednesday against Nichols and Southern. All right, it's after further review. We'll preview the weekend ahead when we have the lineup posted. We'll do that in hour number 2. Let me knock out our final break. In hour number 3, the second Riot Radio Hour. Let me knock out our final break here of hour number 2, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. When we come back, Ask Ryan. Got a question for Theriot? Fire away. Anything about anything. Email me. Jump on the Bayou Ford YouTube chat or text me in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan is next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local over at Clegg's Nursery. And the fantastic news, now that we have thawed out, is that it's time to plant something again. Spring is right around the corner, and these 81-degree temps today are a pretty good indicator, and March starts on Monday. So we are there. I mean, spring is here, despite the fact that we were frozen a week ago. Plant something. Clegg's Nursery. You want rose bushes to be in bloom when spring rolls around? They have them at Clegg's Nursery. Fruit trees, they have them at Clegg's Nursery. Pallets of flowers and plants and trees and shrubs every single day arriving at their greenhouses at all 4 Clegg's locations. Seagan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. And Clegg's is partnered with True Value Hardware Store. So if you're checking off that list of honeydews, if you're starting to do some spring cleaning and you need stuff you'd find at a hardware store, you'll also find it at Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local at Clegg's Nursery.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st. 2021.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service. HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At Front to Back, they got not 1, but 2 NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to Front to Back Boat Service.
Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Time for Ask Ryan. You know the drill. Got a question for Theriot? Ask anything about anything. You can tweet us at Matt Moscona. You can jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, get your Ask Ryan questions in, or you could text me on my handy-dandy text line. Would you please confirm that this is actually me?
It is you. That's you on the text line. I text you on it.
396-4400. 225-396-4400. Rodney Griffin texted me and said he put in Cutoff, Louisiana for the location, and they didn't recognize it, so it defaulted to Chicago, Illinois.
Oh,
I guess this doesn't even believe there's an actual Cutoff, Louisiana.
Same place.
All right, here we go. Jeremy Stout asked Ryan, what do you think of the bullpen for LSU?
I think the back end's really good. I think we, depending on what they do with Garrett, if he stays in the bullpen and makes it strong, you've got some veterans in there. I think they'll be okay. It's going to take some time, though.
Will Summers asked Ryan, how long do you think Paul will take to figure out the starting lineup and pitching rotation for the SEC?
He generally takes his time with it. I hope it's something that gets solidified before, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was first week in the SEC we saw something different.
Ask Ryan, best brand of joggers.
My favorite pair of joggers, Marucci makes.
Ask Ryan, going to Louisiana Lanyap this weekend, what should I order?
Soft shell crab, no doubt about it.
Ask Ryan, will Traction train me for my upcoming co-ed kickball season?
Yeah, heck yeah, let's do it.
Ask Ryan, will Dylan Cruz be the best player ever to come out of LSU?
Easy. Now, it's still early. They had some pretty good ones, but the guy is a Martian. He's unbelievable.
He is kind of unbelievable. MJ Verbois. Ask Ryan, what are some places to fish if you don't have a boat?
Mississippi River. Be a good one.
Douglas Busanel said, Matt? ? Yes, Douglas, it's me. Ask Ryan, what's his PB redfish? Is that a personal best?
Yeah, I've caught some big, stupid bull reds. We didn't even weigh them, just big monsters.
Andy Ortis. Ask Ryan, what do you think about Maneri's ninth inning coaching in the second Air Force game? Basically, I don't know if you saw, but he didn't go to Devin Fontenot.
Oh.
Because Fontenot had pitched 23 pitches the night before.
Yeah. I'm okay with it early in the year like that.
Thank you.
I would say 100% if this is SEC, he's going to his closer. But
Maneri said that.
Yeah.
Maneri said that. He said it in the postgame. He literally said that exact thing in the postgame. If this were an SEC game, I would have gone back to it. But I don't want to do it right now in February on a cold day when he pitched 23 pitches yesterday.
I mean, from a former player, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Heath Savoy asked Ryan, who does Dylan Cruz remind him of? People just want to complain about Maneri.
Dylan Cruz reminds me of Mike Trout a little bit.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Over 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 220, 230, can run. I mean, that's Trout.
Ask Ryan, who's your favorite and least favorite big league pitcher to face?
I hated facing Randy Johnson, as did a lot of guys. I liked to face... Anybody that was wearing a Cincinnati Reds uniform.
Ask Ryan, does Wyeth get playing... Stephen Miller, does Wyeth get playing time tomorrow in the doubleheader?
I don't know. Maybe.
Cole Lecoq.
Lecoq in the building.
It's a different Lecoq. That was, I believe, Christopher Lecoq. But this is Cole Lecoq.
They got Lecoqs everywhere.
They got Lecoqs everywhere.
Everybody, where's this Lecoq at?
He's filling up my text line.
Lecoq's filling up your text line. He's all up in your grill, bro. Wow.
Finish this sentence. LSU wins the College World Series if
Lecoq's there.
Ask Ryan thoughts on Dylan Cruz and how good he can be. Do we keep him at leadoff? That's a better question.
I think you're probably gonna have to move him. But man, he can be he's a really special player.
Ask Ryan, favorite restaurant in Wrigleyville or Chicago? That's from Andrew Giraud.
Joe's Stone Crab is great. Gibson's Steakhouse is great. My favorite little dive bar spot burger place is called Brownstone.
Damon Hinderberger. Ask Ryan, favorite home LSU baseball uni?
I like the all whites.
Aiden Emard. Ask Ryan, what do you like to put in your crawfish boil?
Sausage. We'll do some lemons and then stay pretty standard with it. Maybe throw some mushrooms in there, but whatever.
All right, put a button here on hour number 2. Don't you move. Sports Center, top of the hour break, national headlines. When we come back, what would Ryan trade for Russell Wilson?
AFR.
Brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Relief Windows. If you need energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank or vinyl siding, Relief Windows does it all, and they do it better than anyone else. Hey, look, it's about that time, right? People are getting their tax refunds. Maybe you're thinking, what am I going to spend it on? Do you go on an extra vacation? Do you buy? So I don't know. How about investing into your home?
Yeah.
When Eric and I did our refi recently, they had to come do a home appraisal. We got credit on appraisal for the energy-efficient relief windows that we had installed when we moved into the house. You will get credit. You don't usually when you go for a resale, you don't always get credit for the improvements you make in a home. Something functional like that will lower your energy bills, beautify the exterior of the home. It helps. Relief Windows. Check them out. They service the entire state of Louisiana, even into Texas, all over the Gulf South. Windows, doors, siding, reliefwindows.com.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
Cool on it.
The moment you realize something is truly luxury is the moment you put it to use. Purchase or lease a new Infiniti QX80 online today with Infiniti Now.
Visit Infiniti of Baton Rouge at 13540 Airline Highway or online at InfinityBR.com.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
Callahan Injury Lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Nets forward Kevin Durant, who's missed the last 6 games with a strained left hamstring, will be out until after the All-Star break. Pacers forward Domantas Sabonis will replace Durant in the All-Star game a week from Sunday. The Raptors will be shorthanded against the Rockets tonight. Pascal Siakam, head coach Nick Nurse, and 5 assistant coaches are all out under the league's health and safety protocols. Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson says he doesn't want to be traded, but there are only 4 teams he'd be willing to join. What is this all really about? ESPN's Dan Orlovsky.
So if it's about Pete Carroll, then the Seahawks have to go, okay, well, it's time for us to move on from Pete Carroll. If that's what it's about, if it's strictly about you're not happy with the coach and want a different coach, then you move on from Pete Carroll and you keep Russell Wilson.
Dan Orlovsky on Greeny. The NCAA vacates multiple sanctions against the Georgia Tech men's basketball program. The school was hit with major recruiting violations in 2019, but now may be able to reclaim lost scholarships.
We're back on Monday. It's best case, worst case scenario for the Saints and the Bengals. And I will tell you, if the return of Drew Brees is actually worst case scenario for the Saints. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, 6 Eastern, ESPN Radio.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right. You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour is presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Oh, brain.
Hey, the brain got a poop.
From Joe Lenardi. Did you watch the Pels last night?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like the Pels.
Why not? They're awesome. They're so much fun to watch. Whatever. Did you see the end sequence? You would have been so mad last night.
That's why I don't like them. So I don't watch them.
No, but here's the thing. It's like they're kids. I know they're grown men, but like relative to the rest of the NBA, they're just little kids. But they're so talented. And Zion is already a man-child. Like, he went toe-to-toe last night with the reigning 2-time MVP of the league.
Who?
Giannis.
Oh. Okay.
They are going to be so good.
How did
They
he
just
do?
don't know how to finish.
How did he do?
Zion,
Yeah.
34, and get the full box here. He was awesome. He and like they were basically in the stat line, what and what, back and forth. Giannis, after the game, asked Zion for his jersey. It was so cool. Zion had 34 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. Giannis, 38 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, no steals. So they were, almost 1-1. It was so much fun. But so the Pels get it. They're down 3. Bucks have the ball. They inbound. Pels steal the inbound.
Oh.
Okay? It's like 14 seconds. They're down to 13, 12.
Yeah.
They go in the half court.
Who's got the ball?
Lonzo. Okay. And he passes to, I think it was either Redick or Josh Hart. Okay. And he kicks it back around. Okay. And like they're all standing around the perimeter.
Yeah.
And they have like wide open look after wide open look. And they just keep passing the ball.
What about Ingram? Where was
and then finally they pass it to Ingram.
Yeah.
Remember, they're down 3.
I like him. He's good.
And he drives to the goal.
Oh. What?
And there's like 4 seconds left and you're down 3. And he passes it to Zion, who then passes it back out. But you hear charge on Brandon Ingram going the other way. Ball game.
Yeah. Huh.
Didn't even get up a shot.
Oh.
Didn't even get up a shot.
Yeah.
I'm like, they just don't know how to win. That's all. Like, you can, in some respects, you played on good teams and you played on bad teams, right?
Yeah.
Like, some teams just in 162, you knew how to pace yourselves, and you knew when to put the pedal down, when to ease up, how to close, you just knew. You knew how to win. Yeah? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Wait. Don't just yeah me.
But a lot of times it doesn't matter on the talent. Like it's can you win when you need to you need to win the game.
There is no team in the NBA that's going to win without elite talent.
Right.
I mean, last year the Lakers won it with LeBron and Anthony Davis. The year before it was Toronto, and you had Kawhi and that great squad went after the trade. Like, you're not winning without great talent in the NBA. Now, the Jazz right now are the best team in the league, and Rudy Gobert is an all-star, but they really don't have like a MVP candidate right now, and they're awesome, but I don't think they're going to win, but because they're just shooting an incredible clip right now. Anyway, but they're so much fun.
Yeah. So I should start watching.
But just go in knowing that they're going to break your heart at the end of games.
Oh, well, then I'm not going to watch because I don't want to be angry.
But you don't get angry. This is my point. Go in expecting them to lose. That's where I am.
Okay.
And if they win, great. Like, When they rallied to tie it against Boston and won in overtime, I was so excited. But last night they lost, and I was like, yeah, I probably would have shot the ball there at the end. I just have no I'm the counter of the Saints, because the Saints were like, their window was closing, and it was desperation time. This, like, the window is just starting to crack.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Like, I can see through the window and see the majestic setting of the rolling hills and the rising sun and the trees and the birds and the rainbows, and it's glorious, but the window's just starting to open.
What happens when Zion leaves, though?
Now, wait till it goes all the way open and you go through it. We got 7 years to figure that out.
Okay, so he's here for 7.
Yeah, he's going to be here at least 7 years, because the way, like AD, the way contracts are going to work. So you're going to give him the Supermax, and of course he's going to extend. After next year, you give him the Supermax, he extends, and he's here for 7 years.
How long is Ingram here for?
Probably the same, because you just gave him a gigantic contract. So you got those two guys.
Okay.
They just got to grow up together, man. They just got to figure out how to pay. They're giraffes.
Just baby
giraffes that are wobbling around in their legs right now. But you're like, man, those things are going to be really tall one day.
Good-looking giraffes.
Those are good. Look at the spots.
Yep.
The black tongue.
Yep.
Like, they're going to be super tall. Look at the way they already eat in the grass.
Yeah.
They can run.
Spit.
Yeah.
Do giraffes spit?
Probably.
That's camels.
Yeah, but giraffes have to spit too, right?
Sure they do.
Okay. So, I'm super optimistic about the Pels long term. Saints, though, need to get this right short term. So I gave you some homework.
Yep.
Did you actually do it?
I did.
All right. Yesterday, the big story was Russell Wilson open to a trade to one of only 4 teams, one of them being the New Orleans Saints. So we went through a lot of scenarios about what it would take to get Russell Wilson in New Orleans. And my scenario is anything they want.
Anything.
Any player they want. If it takes 2 1s and a 2, or 3 1s and a player or 2, take whoever you want. Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Ryan Ramczyk, Teron Armstead, Eric McCoy, Cam Jordan, whoever you want. Because no player is more valuable than an elite quarterback. And Russell Wilson has won a Super Bowl, been to another. He's 32 years old. He's still in his physical prime.
Sure.
Seattle has given him no help, and he was the front runner for the MVP halfway through this year. 100,000,000%. I will give you whatever you want for Russell Wilson. What's your deal?
So,
all right, I'm gonna write it down. Hang on.
Yeah.
All right, get some paper. All right.
So when I was putting this deal together, obviously there was a lot of things that I had to consider,
like salary cap and stuff like that.
Correct.
Okay.
But I agree with you. I think Russell Wilson and Sierra would fit in perfect in New Orleans.
It would be really cool. That would be some mega star power, right? Someone pointed out the last time that the city really had star power like that would have been Reggie Bush and Kim Kardashian.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Got some major star power.
All right, here's Rhino's trade. All right, what you got?
Okay, so the Saints are going to give up Mike Thomas. The Saints will give up Mike Thomas.
I'm good with it.
A season pass to the Audubon Zoo. 2021 first-round pick.
Okay.
2022 first-round pick.
Okay.
A party for 100 at the Sazerac House.
I love it. I can hook that up. Why stop at 100? The thing's 5 or 6 stories tall. Let's invite 1,000.
A party for 1,000 at the Sazerac House.
Got it.
Okay.
Hey, Jana Ritter, I'm calling you. We're putting this together.
Taysom Hill.
Okay.
Sean Payton.
Wait, you can't send Sean Payton.
Why not?
Are we getting Pete Carroll in return?
Doesn't matter.
Well, you need a coach.
We'll hire one.
One part of the allure of the Saints is Sean Payton because he's a great coach.
Hey, Russell Wilson's a great quarterback. Sean Payton, he's gone. 2023 second-round pick.
All right.
And Mayor LaToya Cantrell.
Okay.
For Russell Wilson.
Sold!
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm in. You didn't want to throw in any Cafe Du Monde beignets or anything like that?
We can do that. We can do some beignets.
Weekly dinner at Emerald's, something like that?
Now you're talking.
Now you're talking?
No, that's too much.
Too much? That's too much?
That's a little much.
So I'll disagree with you on Mike Thomas because why would they want Mike Thomas when you got Metcalf and Lockett already? They don't need another receiver and his $100 million contract. Now, the Audubon Zoo passes, that's not really that expensive.
No, it's not expensive, Matt, but the value there is immense.
Sign of goodwill.
They got the albino alligators.
And they got young kids. Russ and Sierra have young kids,
Yeah.
too. I think they really get down with the zoo. I'm okay giving up your first rounder this year. No, Brandon, I want some of that. First rounder this year and second rounder this year.
Yep.
Party for 1,000 at the Sazerac house. I'm in.
It's priceless.
Oh, do we get to go? Are we part of the 1,000?
Well, if we're putting the deal together.
Okay.
Sure.
Taysom Hill, I don't know why they would want Taysom Hill. So I think the problem with your deal.
I don't think they would want Taysom Hill either.
You're trying to get rid of him?
Yeah, I think he causes more problems than anything.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest with
Well,
you.
but you know what? Now, here's what's interesting about your deal. If you're sending Sean Payton knows how to use Taysom Hill. And Sean Payton,
Get outta
Taysom
here.
Hill. See, now who coaches the Saints then?
I think I got to revise this because I need
Okay.
Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson.
All right, so you're swapping coaches.
Yep.
All right, I'm not good at this anymore. Because Pete Carroll can't win with Russell Wilson now. I don't want him here. But then I'll tell you this. When Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson had a better roster that Pete Carroll didn't build.
Yeah, defense, they were pretty good.
Yeah, but he didn't build that roster.
He's not going to be building this one.
That's my point. He's inheriting a good roster.
Yeah. They were pretty good then.
And Chris Richard, who's sort of the
He's a guy.
founder of the Legion of
Yeah, he's a
Boom, is
dude.
already here now. So,
like a reunion.
And you send LaToya there too?
I'm sending LaToya there too.
Be careful now. Because one time I did a rant about LaToya suffocating small businesses. Now, 98% of people quietly were like, dude, thank you so much for saying that. Man, we really appreciate it. But some are going to come after you.
That's okay.
Be prepared
That's
for
what
it.
she can go.
Yeah, she can go.
And she can close all the stuff over there too, and keep it closed.
Close everything in there?
Close it all over. It's already closed.
That's where COVID all started, was in Seattle too.
It would be perfect
Right.
for her.
In the U.S.?
Yep, she can go.
Just keep it closed. There.
Close it down.
She's gone.
Yep.
Who's going to be mayor? You want to be mayor?
Nick Poniff.
Okay. Nick Poniff for mayor.
Yep.
Got it. Done. We got the deal. We got it. Welcome, Russ.
Did you like that deal? Was that good? There's a couple things probably have to work through. Boy, I like Nick Poniff for mayor. That was just off the cuff.
The
too.
only thing that you got right in all that were the picks. The players, the coach, all that's no good. The zoo and the party, I would love for that to happen. I'd make that happen.
What about the mayor?
Yeah, she can go.
Oh, right.
All right, it's after further review. Stick around.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Pluckers. Hey, do you know what's happening tonight at 7?
There's a game on.
Yeah. You know what's happening tomorrow at 1 o'clock?
Another game.
You know what's happening tomorrow at 2?
Another game.
You know what's happening tomorrow at 6:30?
Another game.
Yeah. LSU baseball, LSU basketball, 3 baseball games, a basketball game. Oh, by the way, you've also got the Pellies this weekend as well. Where could you possibly go to watch them all in one place and eat award-winning jumbo chicken wings and drink ice-cold draft beer and have holy macaroni, homemade blue cheese potato chips, El Guapo dip, cheese fries? What else am I forgetting?
Salad.
Yeah, but I don't really want that. I want to binge.
Beer.
All of it. Pluckers. Hey, look, if you're going to the box tonight, you want a bite to eat before you go to the game, Pluckers is right across from the box on Nicholson. Nicholson just south of campus. Bluebonnet right in front of the Mall of Louisiana Dine-In or Carryout. Pluckers, if you don't like our wings. We'll give you the bird.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Have you been arrested for DUI or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
Still waiting for the lineups to be posted tonight for LSU and Youngstown State. Hopefully we get those lineups before we go off air, and we'll sort through it a little bit. We know it will be Jaden Hill on the bump for the Tigers. Tomorrow, we know that LSU basketball will be taking on Arkansas up in Fayetteville. This is going to be an interesting one. Jerry Palm, for what it's worth, his latest bracketology out today. Earlier this week, before LSU lost to Georgia, Jerry Palm had LSU as a 7 seed. Of course, one of the challenges here is to get off of the 8-9 line, because if you win that game, of course, then you draw that region's 1 seed in the second round, and you're essentially a sacrificial lamb. So you want to improve your seeding off the 8-9 line. So LSU was a 7 before that Georgia game. If you look at Jerry Palm's latest bracketology that's out right now, he has LSU. He's got Gonzaga as the top overall seed, Minnesota the first team out, Colorado State the last team in. The bubble has some familiar names. If you notice, the next 4 out, got Duke. So Duke's coming up now of late. He's also got Ole Miss in the next 4 out there as well. But specifically with LSU, Jerry Palm he actually has LSU listed as Louisiana State in Region 3. So he's got LSU there in Region 3, which is Michigan's region. Take as in the 8-9 game as a 9 seed taking on UCLA, which means, of course, if LSU were to win that game, then they would draw Michigan in the second round. Thoughts?
I mean, of course, that's going to be a beatdown. UCLA's not bad either, man. I mean, you got to get out of the 8-9. I know this is going to be a tough game. This Arkansas team's playing great right now. But if we see the LSU team that we've seen the 3 games prior to this last one, they can win the game. There's no doubt about that. This team, when they play defense and they shoot the ball efficiently, when they take good shots, can play with anybody in the country, and I think we've seen that. I was so disappointed to see him go lay an egg. And I'm looking at the Georgia, and I'm like, is it a matchup deal? Because they played them tight the game before. Georgia's, man, they're not a great team. If you look at the record,
LSU defensively doesn't stay in front of small guards.
Yeah.
And they got Severe Wheeler. And Wheeler just drives to the basket. And LSU has no eraser at the rim. They don't have a Cavell.
Yeah.
I mean, they just – and I've said this a million times throughout the year, but to Will's credit, last year they went small – knew they were small. He tried to spin it to say, look, I didn't have any 7-footers when I was at VCU or Chattanooga. I like coaching a smaller lineup. And they clearly were deficient. And he went out and recruited size. Well, Brian Penn Johnson's here for a day and then leaves, and Sharif's been injured and hasn't really, been what we maybe had hoped that he could be. Josh Gray's a legit 7-footer, but I think they're waiting on him to develop to be able to get more, legit minutes out of him. And really only of late has Josh LeBlanc come on. So he went and got more size. They just haven't got much production out of it.
I like Josh LeBlanc. The one thing I hate on the defensive side is they switch everything, okay? And then it ends up, and we saw this against Georgia. When Wheeler would penetrate and dish, you'd get the double down low, okay? The weak side help from this LSU basketball team is the worst I've ever seen. It's like watching a middle school. It's like watching
I hate hyperbole. Come on. You can't say the worst you've ever seen.
It's like watching a middle school
of basketball.
game.
It's the worst you've ever seen.
It's like watching St. Jude's 7th graders.
I mean, you taking show prep tips from my boy Condon over there?
It's
never have I ever in the history of the world seen worse help side defense.
They cannot get over.
I know he's watching.
They don't get there.
Big C, what's up, Big C?
No, but it's bad. I question the defensive philosophy. I think some of the reason why they have problems staying in front of the smaller guards like that is because they know that they have help and they're going to be switching if there's a high ball screen. They're not moving their feet to get in front of this guy. The Georgia thing was a matchup deal, and I guess kind of like you said, that it wasn't great. But look, man, I think that everybody's calling LSU to lose this game. They can 100% win the game against
They've already
Arkansas.
beaten this team.
Yeah. But Arkansas is playing great right now, but they need this one, man. You got to try. The question I have though is if they do win this one and they continue to play well, finishing out the season in the tournament, they can get off of this 8-9 spot, right?
I think so. Will Wade, when he met with the media earlier today, was on point. He said, "Look, we got to win 2 of the next 3. You beat Vanderbilt, which you're supposed to do, the worst team in the league. You beat Vanderbilt, and you get 1 of the road games." Then you go into the SEC tournament. If you win 2 of your next 3, you get a double. You'll have a double bye, and then you'll have an opportunity for another quad 1 win. Who is that? Don't know. But as a neutral site, it would likely be another quad 1 opportunity. So, I mean, that's just where the emphasis is right now. Is I would love to see them win their next 3. If you beat Arkansas on the road, boat race Vandy, go on the road and beat Missouri, and then maybe win 1 in the SEC tournament, then I think you're absolutely off the 8-9 line. I think this team's ceiling, with all of that, best case is a 6. But I don't think they get there. To your point, when they play well, they can play with anybody. I mean, they were better than Texas Tech for 39 minutes in that game. But ultimately, this team has an Achilles heel, and it's defensively. And then they get very lazy offensively, and they press and they take bad shots. They beat Arkansas the first time because offensively they were so efficient. Cam Thomas, that's the fewest field goal attempts he's had in a conference game this year, except for the Ole Miss game when he only played 4 minutes with the turned ankle. He only took 15 shots. He was 5 of 15. He didn't shoot a great clip, but they shared the basketball. They shared on the offensive end, put up 90 points, and win this game. We had John Nabors with us in hour 1, who does radio up in Northwest Arkansas on 93.7 The Buzz. And, I asked him about playing at Bud Walton, which normally they put 20,000 people, and Bud Walton's a phenomenal college basketball environment. Well, there's only going to be 4,000 people there. Now, he said, Eric Musselman said after the last game against Bama, 4,000 felt like 20,000. The energy's there. And I guess whenever maybe when you've been playing in empty arenas and then you play in front of 4,000. Maybe it feels like 20, maybe because you're not used to it anymore. But I don't know, man. I think college basketball's environment can be the biggest difference maker of any crowd in any sport. Just size the crowd, proximity to the action, the ability to influence calls. And I don't know if that's going to be a big deal tomorrow. But LSU hasn't been great on the road. So the one thing they have done is when they've played good teams, they've elevated their level of play. And I hope they can do it tomorrow because it's a big opportunity. I'm not going to call it a must-win. I mean, I think they're in. You beat Vanderbilt, you're in. Like, the thing that would hurt them, obviously, from making the tournament would be, like, if they lost out and had another bad loss, like, to Vanderbilt. That would be terrible. But beat Vanderbilt and you're in. Now we're just talking about seeding. How do you get in? Do you think they win?
Yeah, I think they beat Arkansas.
Because you're a homer?
Partly.
Okay. I mean,
but I think they could beat Michigan. Like, I think they have that type of ability. Like, we have yet to see Cam Thomas go off. He scores a lot of points, but he misses a lot of shots. We haven't seen the.
I think you're more likely to see Javonte go off.
Okay, I agree with you, but I'm just saying he's due for one of those games where the ball just goes in every time he shoots it. I think. I mean, I don't know.
See, here's the thing. I don't believe in the whole "you're due" thing. I just don't believe that. I think it's such a passive argument that's not quantifiable. Oh, you're due. I mean, what does that mean? You're due. I know you like people say it all the time. Maybe not. We've seen him play now 15 SEC games, and he hasn't had one of those. Like, maybe that's not in him. Maybe SEC defenses are just too good for his game right now. And he rushes shots and takes some bad shots and misses a lot. I mean, maybe that's just what he is. So I would say more so, I would rather Javonte be the head of the snake tomorrow. Because I've seen Javonte be a cold-blooded killer in big-time games. He's not afraid to take the shot with everything on the line. That's who I want running the offense tomorrow. Let Javonte go score 30 and see if he can dominate this team. Gotta get Days going too. They're 15-1 when Days scores double figures. I mean, he's just, what's the number? Can't be.
And he gets offensive boards too.
Yeah, gotta have Days play well tomorrow. Real quick, by the way, the NCAA did give a quick update on the NCAA tournament. I want to get to in a second. Remind you about our friends at Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com. Michelli. Michelli.com. They tweeted earlier this week from their Twitter account at Michelli_WM a picture of the Michelli crew in studio last week when they met here to announce our partnership. And I quote tweeted it just about how excited we are to work with them. And then there was a response from Mike Sims who said, "Our company has been using Michelli for years. Great service, sales, all-around company." Had you ever heard of Michelli?
No.
So it's amazing, and I hadn't either until we first went and met with them. But the thing about Michelli is they've been around since 1947. It's 75 years. Yeah. It's incredible. And they are the largest distributor of scales in our country. And someone asked me, like, what, they like weigh like my scale in my kitchen or in my bathroom? Not exactly. But they can literally weigh anything in so many different industries. They are ISO 17025 accredited. And whatever you need weighed or measured, they can sell the equipment, they can rent you the equipment, or they can service the equipment for you. They have 29 offices in 11 different states, including 6 offices right here in Louisiana. They got their main office in Harahan. They got a Baton Rouge office as well. I mean, if you're talking about the aerospace industry, like they have military contracts. It's amazing. Agriculture. You think about if you're a farmer and you have to weigh your rice, well, those scales and all that, like they do that. If you need, they do it all. It's vast. It's comprehensive. It's Michelli. Michelli.com. Michelli.com. Michelli. Michelli.com. The NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament is going to begin on Thursday, March 18th. The NCAA announced today that there will be no COVID-19 related replacement teams after the tournament begins. So forfeits could come into play. If your team is in the big dance and something happens and your COVID affects your team, and you can't play, there's no replacement team. It's just forfeit, you're out. So something to keep in mind, and if there's ever a thing that would keep college athletes on the straight and narrow is when you get to the postseason, after going through this season, they're saying, like, look, you get popped with COVID, we forfeit. We're out of the tournament. Your lifetime opportunity to play in the big dance is gone. So field will be announced, selection Sunday, March 14th. The tournament will begin the following Thursday, March the 18th, and there are no replacement teams. You out? You out.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
All right, it's just interesting.
Yeah, like I hope somebody loses. I hope
you want someone to lose.
I want somebody to get disqualified.
I see.
I do.
I don't, because I guess I think of it so much from like the athlete side. Imagine if
yeah, I would feel terrible for the athlete. I get it.
Like you got to play in a College World Series.
But think of what it would do to brackets. It'd be great. I would love that.
That would wreck Vegas.
Yeah.
What would you do with that? All right, it's after further review. Let me knock out a quick break, y'all. Stick around. We'll come back. Keep hitting refresh to see if LSU's posted the baseball lineup yet. I had planned on us in this final segment before Ask Ryan to go over the weekend series for baseball, but the lineup hasn't been posted yet. So if it is, hopefully, Paul post the damn lineup. We'll talk about it when we get back. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, if you're looking for dinner plans tonight, Bo-Ru Ramen in Electric Depot on Government Street. Authentic Japanese ramen. This isn't the 50-cent ramen in a bag. These are handmade noodles and broth that is an experience to make. Not only is it ramen, but great appetizers that they have as well. This really is a dining experience. When you walk into Bo-Ru, you'll notice the kiosks on the right where you can place your order. They have a glass-cased room where they're hand-making. You can watch them hand-make every noodle. The bar area is phenomenal. And as I mentioned, they have live music every weekend. So tomorrow, Saturday, 7 to 9:30, Anna Grace Wallace with Brett Jarrow will be performing at Bo-Ru. Indoor, outdoor dining. They're dog-friendly. They're pet-friendly outdoors as well. It's Bo-Ru Ramen. Check them out today in Electric Depot on Government Street.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA, $2,000 can get you into a new Corolla for $235 per month. That's right, $235 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service. HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At Front to Back, they got not one, but 2 NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to Front to Back Boat Service.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
Visit Acura of Baton Rouge for attractive offers on the MDX.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
So they still haven't posted the lineup yet for LSU. Tonight against Youngstown State, 7 o'clock. You can hear that game in Baton Rouge and Eagle 98.1. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock against Youngstown State. Then Saturday again at 6:30 p.m. against Nichols, with the Colonels coming up to Baton Rouge. And then Nichols will also play again in Baton Rouge on Tuesday. Our guy, Coach Tibbs, there at Nichols will bring the Colonels up. So let's just go through then what you'd like to see this weekend. Second weekend of the season out at the box.
I think most importantly, I want to see a starting pitching do what they did last weekend. I'd like to see Hill and Marceau go out, dominate, give me 4 or 5, maybe extend them a little bit longer.
Gave him 60 pitches last week.
Yep, maybe extend them a little bit longer. I thought Fontenot threw the ball well. Obviously, look, going into the year, we knew pitching was going to be a strong point, so that has to continue to grow and get better. You get these guys extended out. Dylan Cruz, a great start to his LSU career. I want to see that continue to grow. Cade Doty had a rough beginning, had a lot of hard hit balls, just didn't have a whole lot to show for it. Cade's a guy that's got to hit for this team to win.
Same thing last year. Do you remember Doty last year? He homered in his first career at bat, and then he hit a lot of balls hard and had nothing to show for it. But as the season went on, I know they only played 17 games, he finished at around 270. So he had gotten really hot when things shut down. I don't doubt that that's going to happen again. He was 3 for 6 the other night. I think the balls are going to start falling for him.
Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta have Cade. Cade has to hit for this team to win. So there's 4 guys really offensively that are super important on this team. It's Dylan Cruz, Trey Morgan. Both of those freshmen are having a good start to their season. I thought Trey Morgan had some really professional at bats. I know the stats don't jump off the page, but he took some walks. He had some good swings, some good ABs, and then the Cades, Cade Beloso and Cade Doty. Beloso's the one guy that's hit SEC pitching, and I think Doty has the ability to do that. Those guys continuing to grow and continue to swing the bat well, and then who's going to emerge in center field? We saw Dugas with the homer.
Yeah.
So that's a great sign. This is a kid that was highly touted.
He's not going to play center though.
No, he's not going to play center. But he'd swing the bat.
Yeah.
And then interestingly, Milazzo exited one of the games. I think it was it the UL game or game before that? So I mean, are we looking at maybe another catcher coming in? And how does that work? So I mean, that's something to kind of look at this weekend. Is it?
I think you were just up big, and they were like, "Hey, let's just give you some time off late."
I mean, kids.
Okay, but you get another kid in the game too.
No, I get it. It
was Wyeth. Wyeth went in.
Yeah, Wyeth. Yeah, that's right. Wyeth did go in. Yeah, I keep an eye on that. I mean, I'd like to see kind of what happens there, and if that's something that's going to be like a thing or not.
Milazzo defensively, you're not taking him out of the game.
No, he can really defend. But
all right, one of the big conversations is, would you flip Morgan and Cruz? Would you lead off with Morgan and bat Cruz third?
No.
What would you do?
No, I mean, I'd keep Cruz where he is for now. I think it's a good protection spot for him. Leadoff is I don't say easy spot to hit in because it's really not easy. But 1 and 2, generally, you're going to get a lot of heaters. You're going to get some fastballs.
If the counter argument, this is my point why I would flip him, is the bottom third of your lineup is not producing. If the bottom third of your lineup isn't producing, that means when when Dylan Cruz is up, generally he's going to be up with nobody on base. So I would rather have him in a spot where he can hit a double off the wall or a ball over the fence with someone on base. That's why I would have him. I'd flip them, and I'd have Morgan lead off, and I'd have Cruz bat third.
Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely a way of looking at it. Or how about the guys in the bottom of the lineup just start swinging the bat better?
I would love that.
Yeah.
But show me Alex Milazzo hitting 290. I don't think so. I mean, can Jordan Thompson keep up this pace? Or is it more of the guy that we saw look really bad in his first couple of bats of the season? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why we have too small of a sample right now. But I think there might be a moment where it's just inevitable, where you're going to have to move Dylan Cruz down because you're going to need him hitting with guys on base.
Yeah.
And you're going to get your clustered run production from Doty, Cruz, if it's Beloso or Dugas, whoever's in that in the cleanup spot. I mean, that's what you're going to have to cluster your production with all those guys together right there.
Yeah, look, I know they like Cruz's speed on base too. So yeah, you're looking at him from a power standpoint. You're talking about him driving runs in, but this is a guy that can go first or third or score.
Can Morgan run?
Second? Not like Cruz.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, Cruz is a legit 6'5" runner. I mean, he's as 5-tool guy as they got on the field.
So give me what since the lineup hasn't been posted, give me what your lineup would be 1 through 9 if you had to do it today.
Okay.
I'm just throwing this on you. I didn't ask you to prep it.
Yeah.
You would stay.
You're gonna have to help me with it.
All right. So you would go Morgan. You would go Morgan, Doty, Cruz.
No. I'd go Cruz. I'm keeping.
I'm
Cruz.
sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay. So you would go Cruz, Doty, Morgan.
Right.
Who would you bat clean up?
I would consider flipping Doty and Morgan too, honestly.
Well, don't let me put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
You'd flip those two?
Yeah, I would consider flipping those two.
All right. So Cruz, Morgan, Doty.
Right. Beloso.
What about Zach Arnold?
Right, left.
Got it.
Right.
This is either the 5 hole is either going to be Arnold or it's going to be Gavin Dugas.
Arnold Dugas.
Arnold Dugas. Now you get the bottom of the lineup, which is curious depending on who you play.
What's the positions here?
You're going to have you got Cruz, who's probably playing right field. You got Doty at second base. You got Morgan at first base. Do you want Beloso playing left or DHing?
He's DHing.
All right, so Beloso's your DH. Arnold's your shortstop. Dugas, I would assume then here you have in left field. So you need a center fielder, you need your catcher, which is Milazzo, and then your third baseman. Is that Jordan Thompson?
Yeah, so Milazzo is going to hit 8th for me, not 9th.
Okay. I would agree with you too, by the way.
Okay.
I don't need him setting the table for Dylan Cruz.
Right. And I'm probably going to put Thompson. Thompson's going to hit 7th.
So who's your center fielder? Or do you have who's your center fielder is the question.
Well,
do you want Mitchell Sanford?
Yeah.
Do you want Will Safford? Do you want Brody Drost? Those are really your options. With Gio out.
Well, it's a healthy Will Safford is the guy that plays center field for me, but the lineup would be totally different. I'm assuming Safford's not healthy right now.
Okay. Where would you put Safford if he's healthy? You're big on Safford. That's worth disclosing.
Yeah. He's probably batting second for me. Yeah.
What do you do with Doty?
You move everybody down.
Everybody goes
down the spot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's batting second for me.
You're really bullish on Will Safford.
Yeah. Can play baseball. Offensively, knows what the heck he's doing. Can bunt. Can move runners.
I'm not interested
can hit with
in that.
Power. Can drive the ball. Can steal bases. Yeah.
Nope. I don't want a bunter. No thanks.
Healthy. He's going to win you baseball games.
All right. LSU, Youngstown State, 7 o'clock first pitch. You're an hour and 15 minutes away from it. Tell people about what's going on over at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
Certified pre-owned inventory is really amazing right now at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. You can check it out at mbobr.com. Shop for exactly what you're looking for over there. They have tons of awesome vehicles. Also go check them in the E-Class, voted 2021 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Every single one of these vehicles in the E-Class family. It's a beautiful day tomorrow for a test drive, Matt. Go over there and check them out, Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Hop in one of these E-Classes. Take it for a spin, and then remember, search the certified pre-owned inventory online at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, mbobr.com. You can check them out. You can value your vehicle. You can value your trade. Do the whole deal right there online. Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
We have two things left to do. Ask Ryan, and we got to check the sock.
Smelly sock.
It's next on AFR.
AFR.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Sports wouldn't be the same without the die-hard fans. That's why we're highlighting the fans that do the most. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge brings you the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week. Check it out at 1045ESPN.com, the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA, $2,000 can get you into a new Camry for $299 a month. That's $299 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
Cool on that.
The moment you realize something is truly luxury is the moment you put it to use. Purchase or lease a new Infiniti QX80 online today with Infiniti Now.
Visit Infiniti of Baton Rouge at 13540 Airline Highway or online at InfinityBR.com.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only, subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty, and with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
Hey, don't forget to vote in our Citizens Bank poll question of the day. Today's poll question: when you walked outside today, did you think about fishing? Your choices are yes or I'm not human. Vote in the Citizens Bank poll question of the day on our Twitter right now.
All right, down the stretch, we come final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Ask Ryan time. Get your questions in for Theriot. Ask anything about anything you know how to get him in. One other thing we got to do, though, is we got to check the sock. So the Air and Surface Pro from mycleanliving.net. This is the if you're watching, it's the box here on the right about the size of an amp, a small speaker. Theriot took off his... Can you please show that you have a barefoot?
Yeah.
Please, that you actually took a sweaty, smelly sock off there. All right, he took his sock off. Brain smelled it earlier. Brain, would you like to describe the odor?
It was a slow funk. Like, immediately I got nothing, and then as soon as I moved it away from my face,
Then it got you.
Yeah,
it
was gross.
All right, you want to give it a go? Look, Paul, you can see that I'm actually grabbing. Paul, you can see that I'm actually grabbing the sock. This is the actual sock, Brain. There you go. Get in there, Brain.
Yeah, get in there good.
Get in there good.
Whoa. Hey.
Get in there good, Brain.
It's good. There's
No
nothing
smell.
left.
No
there is
smell.
no smell left.
Let me see. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. I don't smell anything.
There's no like laundry fresh. It's 100% neutral. It's neutral.
It's nude.
mycleanliving.net. It's like, go read up on the technology. mycleanliving.net. Freaking that! It's in this is in the Space Technology Hall of Fame. You might not have thought there was a thing, but there is a thing with like LASIK surgery and cochlear implants and GPS. It's amazing. Like
Bubble gum.
Well, no, not that. Ask Ryan, how long does a can of snuff last you?
Probably a couple days.
Ask Ryan, favorite fish to eat?
Sac-a-lait.
Ask Ryan, ask Ryan, thoughts on dogs in bars and restaurants?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Outside, I'm good. Inside, what about outside?
I don't want your dog close to me. It might bite me or my children.
Ask Ryan, did you ever fix the crooked curtains?
Yes, I did.
Clayton O'Callahan via text, which of your teammates was the best at impressions?
Ooh. Ryan Dempster.
Ask Ryan, this is Justin Smith. What's a good age for kids to start taking pitching and hitting lessons in baseball where they retain a lot?
Anything before like 10, you're really wasting your money and your time.
Brian Arsenault asked Ryan, what's the best ballpark food you ever had and where?
The garlic fries in San Francisco are fire.
Oh.
Yep.
That smell wafts over the entire park.
It does. I mean, like a city block. The whole block.
So good. Miles Bradley asked Ryan, which star player would you be okay with the Saints trading away?
Michael Thomas.
Ask Ryan, my son plays travel and high school ball. He's only a freshman, been playing travel since 8. Which is the best route for colleges to see him? That's from Jamie.
Just be really good and they'll find you. Like don't get out. Like, just be a really good player. Like, you don't need to go to all the crazy showcases. Just be really good and they'll find you.
Ask Ryan, Dylan Cruz, freshman All-American?
Yes.
Ask Ryan, let's see, what's your favorite beer? That's from Chris Willis.
I'm not into the craft stuff, so I mean, like, if I'm gonna have a beer, I'll probably drink a Michelob Ultra.
Matt Moscona said, did this text go through? I get no response. It says, does Ryan cook?
No.
Ask Ryan, what's your go-to rifle or scope combo Todd Peterson to hunt with?
Ted Peterson.
I've got a 300 that is probably my go-to Winchester short mag. I've got a 308 I love as well. Zeiss, Swarovski for the optics.
Swarovski? Like the crystals?
Yes, actually.
All right, it's going to do it for us. Y'all have a great weekend. Shout out to Don Juan Cigar Bar. Brain Pauly, thanks. See y'all.
AFR.
AFR's brought to you. I got this text from John Fredrickson. He said, since Theriot's with you today, went by Shaw Bills in Booty a couple months ago.
Nice.
Based on your feedback. Bought a set of tires, loved it. Great experience. Had a metal screw in the tire a couple months later, dropped by, no appointment. They repaired the tire on the spot within 30 minutes at no charge. Since I bought from them, totally caught me off guard. Free tire repair for you and your family if you buy a set of tires from them. Totally satisfied. A customer for life based on my experience with them. That's John Fredrickson. That's my experience. That's been your experience. That's basically everybody's experience because Shaw Bills since 1968 has been family owned and operated, and they still operate today under the same principles that Mr. Charlie instilled in that business when he opened the doors more than 50 years ago. They are family owned and operated. They treat you like family because they are a family business. It's at Shaw Bills. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering